Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Today is a very different show because we are going to do back-to-back reviews this morning to catch up with our reviews. It's a service I provide free of charge to my members. You don't pay me to do it. It's something I just do. It's one of the perks that you get as a member. And if you want to go to the top of the list, some of you will then super chat to go to the top of the list to get a review done earlier. And we've got so many reviews today. We are going to catch up with some reviews and bring everything back into balance because we've got quite a few reviews to do. So we're going to try and do as many reviews. Well, we're going to try and do 3 reviews this morning if we can, and we'll see how we go. So today it'll be the live chat as normal, watching what's going on, but predominantly we are going to focus on getting the reviews done. So first of all, do we have Brian Bynum? Is Brian Bynum? I had some reviews done already. So Brian is not here at the moment. Is Lance Strength here at the moment? Lance Strength, are you here? Is Pat M here? Pat M? No. What about R3A? R3A, no. And what about Michelle? Okay, if any of you are in and I missed you, please do just confirm that you are here. That was Michelle for Disney. Gary Token was R3A. Person Network for Perry was Pat M. Lance Strength for Fisker. And Brian Bynum for Race. If you're in, let me know. Okay, I've got your reviews. Now, we're going to do this morning, it's Antonia De La Cruz here. Antonia De La Cruz, not at the moment. What about G. Corey? Is G. Corey here at the moment? No. Oh, and what about Inticab? Let's check if you're here. Inticab, not at the moment. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's what the plan is for this morning. Let me bring all the information here. White stuff. I need more coffee, says John Grandfors. Congratulations, Jason Fallon. He's got his gold badge there. He shall be is a gold member. He's been look at that, a gold member for 15 months. That's our second highest membership that you can be, has been now for 15 months. That is one of the biggest supports of the show. That is a huge thank you, a huge thank you actually to Jason Fallon for that. That's absolutely massive. Thank you very much indeed. All right, let's get straight into it. We've got a busy morning. Good afternoon from a crazy snowstorm in Denmark. Henrik, welcome to you. We have now got members in 51 countries. If we have anybody from Ireland or Wales that is a member, let me know, because we've now added England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, because we are doing countries. We missed that. So anyway, if you've not got your country flag flying just yet, let me know and we'll add it for you. But we're going to go and do some reviews right now. Lloyd G Entertainment, good morning, Lloyd G. How are you this morning? Bad news for Bitcoin, says Fat Hallett. And Yorkshire Farming, morning to you. Wonderful stuff. Anyway. Consider what I was saying, Yorkshire, about your membership. You are a YouTuber and you have a business, so you could get massive amounts of publicity and subscribers for your channel or your social media. Bear that in mind. Anyway, I'll explain all of that if you decide to do it. Anyway, let's get ready. We're going to do a quick update of where we are this morning. And let's share with you where we are. As you can see, we are slightly down this morning. Remember, my portfolio will always be exaggerated because of margin, so it'll be up more and down more. All right, but we're okay. We're 74,000, just under. Not a major issue at all. If we have a look at what's, in fact, we'll go through it this way this morning. What's going down? Virgin Galactic is perfectly fine. It's just correcting. Nothing wrong with that. We've got Palantir getting cheaper, still too expensive. Gold, the S&P. I will buy more if it goes down 3-4%, but not 1%. That's immaterial. I'm not going to just do that. Amazon, too expensive, going down. Apple, way too expensive, going down. Next year, energy is holding up. Had a little pop earlier. Enphase has just trimmed back a bit. That's why I if you remember, I trimmed. Now I'm running in free money, seed money. Coca-Cola, these are my positions that hold my portfolio up. I've got an idea, actually. I've got an idea. I'm gonna change something around. I've just thought of something here. Let me get the members. Just bear with me a sec. I'm going to move the flags. I'm going to make an adjustment here. All right, I'm doing this in real time, so you'll see me do it. But I've got an idea. I'm going to move the flags, and I think it would work better like this. We're going to bring the flags down. We're about to go into three. We're going to do 3 reviews this morning. We're going to catch up with reviews. It's a review day today. So we're bringing down the flags. Now, if we've got anybody from Ireland or Wales, we are adding England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales now. We've gone from the United Kingdom to the actual countries. Dawn Potterus pointed out. What's the price for getting Palantir? Around about 14. If you can get it at 9, would be ideal. But at 14 is when I'll start looking at it again. Right. I am going to bring it down here. And yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to replace the other ticker when I do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. There. That's how I'm going to do it. So when I want to fly the flags, I will take off this ticker. So I'll swap from that one to that one. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, there you go. That's how we're going to do it from now on. Yeah, we're going to do that. So that's how we're going to do it from now on. So we've got England. If we've got anybody from Ireland or Wales, we'll add you, but we've only got Scotland at the moment. I think we do. I'm from Ireland, Martyn. Liam Laffey. I thought so. I just waited for someone. So Liam Laffey, we'll add you, okay? Ireland. Hang on, we've already got Ireland. I've just looked. Ireland's just gone by. Ireland's just gone by. So we already have Ireland. We already had Ireland. We just had the United Kingdom, which I've now changed to England and Scotland. Okay. Thank you, Liam. Thank you. We've got your flag. That's there now. Fantastic. All right. Okay. We just took care of that. That's all sorted now. All right. Brilliant. Good morning, Batari over there on Facebook. How are you this morning? Thank you very much for being here. You can do anything that you want to Blues Clues. I've no idea what that means, but it sounds good. Okay. Liam Laffey, thank you ever so much indeed. We've got Ireland in now. We already did, but just wanted to make sure. Anyway. Okay. J&J, Strong, Kenvue, Chevron, Tesla, Rivian, McDonald's, Google, all too expensive, all selling off. Good, ideal. Walmart, we bought the bottom. That's great. Tesco, Tilray, Robin Hood, let's go trimming off. IonQ, Rocket Lab. If it goes down to 470 below, I'll buy some more. Plug, down today. Procter & Gamble, Rumble, rubbish. Funware, Future Faraday, it's a lottery ticket. That's no more than that. Rio Tinto, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 5.6% today. So yeah, what's happening is we've got crypto is tumbling ahead of imminent spot Bitcoin ETF approval. So what's happening now is everyone is taking their profit to buy it back. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. But yeah, it's all being affected by it. Polygon's down 11%. Yeah, this is perfectly normal. Anyway, that's what happens. Right. Tilray rubbish. Well, it is rubbish at the moment. Anyway, so let's just do one more shout out. Antonia Dela Cruz, are you here? If you are here, let me know. G. Corey, are you here? Let me know. Inticab, are you here? No. What about Brian? Brian Bynum? No. Lance Strength? No. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to carry on. We're going to do our reviews. So if you've just tuned in, subscribe and ring the bell. And it's a review day today, so it's an admin day today. Blue clues is when you're telling a truth and people not paying attention. So by saying blue clues, you're getting their attention. Oh, I still don't really understand, to be honest. I guess it's a Canadian thing, right? Anyway, I'm a bit confused, but don't worry about it. I get confused all the time, so I wouldn't worry. So if you just arrived, smash the like button. We're going to do some reviews this morning. It's an admin day to catch up. That's what we're going to do this morning. Right, breakfast bar. We've got Mike. Thank you very much, Mike. I will come back to all of that stuff, all the breakfast bar communications later on in the show, but I want to get these reviews caught up. All right, so let's make a start. So first of all, Joby Aviation. That's our first one this morning. Joby Aviation. Joby. So the chat can carry on with the communication, but we are going to do some reviews. All right. Joby Aviation. Okay. Now, Joby doesn't present a dividend. It's been around since, let's have a look, 2020. So it's not going to be too effective when it comes to back testing, but we'll still do it. Right. Joby Aviation. I do like this. December 8th. Okay, that looks good. Got some good information here. I like it. Okay, good. Okay. Got what we need there. Let's go to the back test. We're going to do a back test as well. So we'll put $10,000 in VU, 100%, and then we'll put Joby, Joby, Joby Aviation, $10,000 in there. Analyze that, and let's line that up. Joby. So we're doing reviews today. We're catching up with reviews. The S&P, 100%, $10,000. My portfolio should be green in a few moments, like it was yesterday. Getting these early morning sell-offs when everybody gets panicked every morning. Typical. So how the market goes doesn't affect me, though. Okay. Back test. We're not doing any dividends. All right. Okay, good. Okay. Is there anything wrong with Virgin Galactic? No. It's institutions trimming and repositioning. It's perfectly normal. Okay, we're all set, I think. So this was 20 minutes in. Okay. We're going to go to members only because we're making videos. Oh, we are in members mode. I didn't realize we were. Okay, we're already in members mode. All right. Fine. Right. Let's have a look. All right, put that there. There we go. All right, welcome everybody. Good morning. We're doing 3 reviews this morning. It's down 10% last week. Yeah, perfectly acceptable. It's that time of the year. We've had tax harvesting. We're starting a new year. People are taking profits. Now it's perfectly normal. Anyway, as long as you've got a balanced portfolio where you can sustain it and you're protected from all the ins and outs of it, then you'll be fine. All right, let's go. Oh, let me just check before I start. We should be live on Rumble today if this is working. No, it didn't work, did it? Rumble didn't work this morning. There was a new feature. Go live. Just bear with me a second. Not to worry. Not to worry. Not going to worry about that. Okay, we're ready. It's a review day today. So we're doing, first of all, Joby Aviation. Okay, we're all set. Time for another stock review. Today we are doing Joby Aviation. This is being made during a live show, so you could get some live reaction on the screen. I'm going to give you the profitability score. I'm going to share with you the solvency score, the balance sheet, who's buying on the inside, who's selling on the inside. We're going to look at the website. We're going to look at the latest news. We're also going to do a back test compared to the S&P. A lot of information here. And we're also going to go deep dive into the margins, the competition, and so on and so forth. This information is the most honest information you're going to get on a stock. It's provided by the most advanced algorithmic software. It's not given to you by anyone who's paid or sponsored. I don't get paid to do this or sponsored to do this. I just give a full review of how the figures are, and they're all just numbers based on AI where we drag the information from, and there's no influence, outside influence whatsoever. If you are new to my channel, please do click subscribe and ring the bell. I've got a full list of, I've done nearly 50 companies. By the time I finish this today, I will have done 50 companies, reviewed them. They all appear on Alpha Spread. Tap the like button as well, and they rank higher than CNBC and Yahoo and Bloomberg because they pick up all of my reviews. Other companies that review or talk about stocks get cherry picked. Mine all appear on the website. If you want to get the software that I use, my members can get a free copy, so it costs you absolutely nothing at all. However, if you decide to go for a premium service, then you'll get a 10% discount, which basically makes my membership completely free. So you can do that as well. My members get the best deal, better than CNBC, Bloomberg, Yahoo, Mad Money, Jim Cramer, everybody. You get the best deal. That is something I insist on when I do anything for anybody. I say I want the best deal for my members. All right. Okay, let's get straight into it. Let's start with our first review of the day. This is Joby Aviation. So let's start nice and straightforward. What is Joby Aviation? We'll look at the basic line chart, and then we'll get in more detail in a few moments. All right, Joby Aviation. It's a transportation company developing an all-electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, like a giant drone, if you like. You can strap yourself to that. And it intends to operate as a commercial passenger aircraft beginning in 2024, this year. So basically, it's a flying taxi, if you like. All right, the company was founded by Bevirt Joebenn. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I invite you to join me on the show. I do have a series called Meet the CEO, and I'd love to invite you on to reply and comment to my review. And it's headquartered in Santa Cruz, California. Okay, let's have a look. Its employees, 1422, quite a small company, of course. California, 2009. It went public a couple of years ago. We'll come on to that in a moment. Maintenance, 25%. So it's regarded, even though it's quite innovative and new, low risk from the point of view if you're using margin. Okay, 4.3 billion is the market cap. 52-week high, 11.98. 52-week low, 3.22. Quite a swing there. No dividends, purely a growth stock at this stage, as nearly all companies early on are. Average volume, 4.57 million. Today, 7.38. So we've got nearly double the volume today. Very, very interesting. Could be a good day to review the stock. All right, so quite low volume. Be very careful of that. I like high volume stocks. Now, Morningstar, who I don't use for reviews, I do my own reviews, my own analysis, because they're all paid to talk about it, and I don't like these sort of reviews at all. It's a strong buy from them, 42.9%, a hold of 28.6%, and a sell of 28.6. As you can see, Wall Street, typically anything innovative, anything that requires any sort of deep dive are absolutely rubbish at analyzing it. We see it all the time. Got no idea. They keep getting it wrong. No idea whatsoever. Now, for those of you who don't know, we cover all the earnings that we've invest in. all of them live, and you learn a lot from the earnings reports. And the light red is the Wall Street estimate. It's not the company's estimate, it's Wall Street's estimate. And they beat the earnings. They beat again in Q2. They beat again. They missed on Q1 of 23. They missed again on 23 Q2, but they smashed the earnings in Q3 23. Absolutely smashed that, and we'll discuss that information in a minute. So you can see they absolutely smashed it. Wall Street had no idea where that was coming from. Completely caught them off guard there. All right, let's see who we are in bed with. Archer Aviation. Now, we've done a full review already on Archer Aviation. You might want to go and look at that review. I'll give you the links to that. They're all above my head on the little I button, or they are below in the description of the video. All right, Archer Aviation, go and check that out. That's interesting. It's a very similar business, of course. Lilium NV, I don't know. I've not been in that. I've not done any research on that. Vertical Aerospace, I haven't researched that one, so I can't comment. Rocket Lab. Okay, so we know that the stock is going to be volatile because it has Rocket Lab and Lucid and Canoe in here. Anything innovative like this is going to drag attention from younger investors who are very volatile, who are all over the place. Just what you'd expect from a young person. I used to be like that, running around one way or than the other. So because of that, we do have volatility. We do have a lot of manipulated information and false information and people in Reddit making up stories, particularly on this stock. Lucid and Mullen, some of the two worst companies in the world for that information, for false information, pumping, dumping, Reddit rooms and all the rest of it. So it does mean we are in with the sort of investor that will manipulate this stock. Just worth noting that, okay? So you know an idea how the stock is going to move. Anyway, let's, before we go into a full back test and look at all the deep numbers, let's go and look at the website, see how it talks to its customers and the investors. This is what it is. It's basically, as we can see here, a flying taxi. Do you think flying taxis are a good business? Well, I guess from an environmental point of view, you could argue it's a good thing. Potentially, if they're using green energy to power these things, potentially there's a green issue there. But then you've got electric cars could do the same thing. Do we need flying cars? Well, we'll look at it in a minute. Let's scroll down the website. Designed for daily life. We all want to spend less time. Let me just zoom in to make it clearer for you. Less time traveling and more time living. At Joby Aviation, we're making that possible with our pioneering electric aircraft. It's faster, cleaner, and smarter way to carry people through their lives. But remember, this is essentially a helicopter. That's exactly what it is. Helicopters have been around for a long time. So there's nothing new with getting a helicopter or a private jet, if you're rich, flying around. However, this is supposed to be something new, something green, and I guess something cheaper for more people to do, more like a flying taxi. But then, that's kind of what a helicopter is at the moment. Powered by 6 electric motors, our aircraft takes off and lands vertically, giving us the flexibility to serve almost any community. Flying with us might feel more like getting into an SUV than boarding a plane. I noticed they didn't mention helicopter. Probably don't want to draw too much attention to that. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's just an electric helicopter, essentially. However, as I say, we want to see where they're flying. New York City. Let's have a look. This is essentially where it is right now, I believe. New downtown heliport to JFK Airport. There we go. Joby, 7 minutes. By car, takes you 49 minutes. So we can see how you can benefit there from a time point of view. Kind of makes sense. But there are lots of helicopters flying around New York doing exactly the same thing. I would like to compare the cost of a helicopter at some point to this. All right, save valuable time. Quiet as a conversation. From the beginning, we knew our aircraft had to fade into the background of life. Our expert team of engineers have dedicated years to delivering an aircraft that will be quiet enough to land in your neighborhood, because, of course, we all know how loud drones are. So that's interesting. The aircraft made only a partially perceptible sound that, in this editor's view, would almost certainly be undetectable against the everyday noise background of an urban environment. So I would imagine what they mean by that is it's virtually undetectable in New York. I'm not sure it'd be completely undetectable in a quiet country village. Anyway, just, putting it all out there. Leading the way with more than 30,000 miles flown on full-scale prototype aircraft, our aircraft is designed to meet the uncompromising safety standards of the FAA and other global aviation regulators. We're now engaged in a multi-year testing program with the FAA to certify our vehicle for commercial operations, and have completed the first 2 of 5 stages. Okay. All right. Interesting. Now then, let's see how it speaks to its investors. Always important before we go into the numbers. We've got some news here. Just a couple of weeks ago, Joby A&A Holdings partners with Nomura Real Estate Development for vertiports in Japan. So it's not just New York now. It's now in Japan. Okay, so we're expanding. Nomura Real Estate Development is one of Japan's largest real estate developers. 3-way partnerships include Joby's existing Japanese airline partner, ANA, companies to jointly explore the design, location, and financing of vertiports across Japan. All right. They announced, let's have a look here. Announced it has partnered with ANA Holdings and Nomura Real Estate Development, one of Japan's largest real estate developers, on the development of takeoff and landing infrastructure known as vertiports to support the commercialization of its electric air taxi service across Japan. Okay, the 3 companies plan to jointly explore the design, location, operation, and financing of vertiport locations that will serve as the backbone of future commercial air taxi services in Japan. I know that my CEOs and my companies that I talk about on these reviews do watch these videos, so please reach out to me. I would like your perspective and your comments on how this compares to what already exists, a helicopter. I'd like to know why I should invest in this as opposed to a regular helicopter business. Anyway, the partners will primarily focus on locations in the metropolitan areas such as Tokyo, expanding over time to include numerous urban areas across Greater Japan. Joby recently became a technical advisor for the Tokyo Bay ESG project led by NRE and sponsored by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. All right, let's now move on to the meat and bones of this. Let's talk about the numbers. All right, let's have a look. So here we go. Let's go now into the numbers and find out whether this company makes sense. Now, at the moment, intrinsic value is not available. Very limited amount of information here, so we can't ascertain the true value of the company because the figures aren't yet available. We can guess, but we've got no real understanding of what the stock is actually worth right now. All right, so there is no intrinsic value. We can't do, there's not enough data to reliably calculate the intrinsic value. Now, others will come up with a valuation and say whatever they want, but we don't know what the valuation is. We don't know what the company is worth yet. It's purely speculation at this time. Anyway, here's some information that we found from the last earnings call, Q3 23. Joby is pushing towards launching their electric air taxi, having made a significant strides in aircraft certification, ramping up pilot manufacturing in California and preparing for commercial operations with an Ohio facility set to produce up to 500 aircraft annually. The company has received crucial FAA acceptances for battery systems and structural materials, and is now laser focused on stage 4 of the certification process, with a pilot production already yielding process improvements, such as a 30% build time reduction. Despite a loss from operations of 128 million, other income and re-evaluation gains led to a net profit of 1.5 million. Joby ended the quarter with 1.1 billion in cash and remains within its full year spending guidance, expecting to hit to the low end of $360 to $380 million range. This is provided by the latest information from the earnings. Now then, revenue, not applicable. Nothing there yet. Okay, it's all new. Operating income. So, what we're looking at here is there a business? Is there a customer? Do people want this? Is it better than a taxi? Well, it's quicker, but is it cheaper than a taxi? I doubt very much. It's going to be quicker, more environmentally friendly, potentially, but then you could have a electric car. Is it better than a helicopter? Well, it already exists. I don't know. Who's going to use this? How much cash have they got? How much profit can they make? Let's have a look at it. Operating income. Well, as we can see, operating income is continually falling. The most recent range is 7%. That's because they're investing and it's new. Net income on the most recent range, up 15%. Expected to fall away again in the future, probably because of the build out and the expenditure and the capital investments and so on. Cash flow is down by 5%, so money's going all over the place at the moment. Capital expenditure is also increasing. It's expected. It's a new business. It's bound to happen. Plus 6%. Operating cash flow negative 4%. All right, this is what you'd expect, right? But the balance sheet is what it's all about. Are they well funded that they can invest, keep the business solvent, and fix the problems? Not the problems, but build out the business and then make it efficient and profitable, so it returns an investment, a profit to its investors. Well, 1.3 billion in assets, 240 million liabilities. That's fantastic. Holds 1.1 billion in cash. So it's nearly all cash right now. Okay. So it obviously doesn't have a fleet of assets at the moment, hasn't built hundreds of these things sitting around waiting to be used, but it has plenty of cash. However, let's look at the long-term debt. There is no long-term debt. There is no short-term debt. There really isn't anything at all. So balance sheet is good. We are a well-funded company. We've got money. We've got cash. We've got no long-term debt. We've got no short-term debt. We are looking in a healthy state. Efficiency. Again, we're not selling anything right now. We can't show our margins. We've got no idea what the profits are going to be here. So we don't know when it comes to efficiency. Now then, if we look at profitability score, no surprise, there is no profit. Negative cash flow, negative operating income, negative net income, and negative return on equity. Obviously, all of that is negative. It's going to give us a 27% profitability. The good news is, it's an exceptional score, 81%. It's extremely well funded, which means we're not likely to get dilution. Don't need to dilute the stock. We've got plenty of cash. We're 81% solvency score. We're not going bust. We've got a long runway. It all comes down to whether you think this business is a business. It's well funded. It's exciting and new. It's got some partnerships starting to form. Will people use it? I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what the value of the company is. It doesn't make any profit right now. It doesn't sell anything right now. It's too new. So right now it's speculation. They've got cash. They're well funded. This to me is very much like Virgin Galactic. It's got cash. It's got a runway. And can it do well? Well, Only you can decide that for yourself. Wall Street analysts give it an 87% upswing on the best scenario, or a 29% on the average, or 18% down. The S&P is going to return you 10-15%. But again, it's just speculation. We don't know. The competition, there is some competition, of course. Archer Aviation, we've done another review on those. You can go and compare the two. I will give you the links in a moment. Ownership. Well, let's have a look at who's buying on the inside, selling on the inside. During the last 12 months, Joby Aviation have not bought any shares and sold $84 million of shares. $1 million worth of shares. The last transaction was December the 18th by the head of aircraft OEM, who sold $50,000 worth of Joby shares. Okay, so we've got no insiders buying the stock, but plenty of insiders selling the stock. Is that based upon the recent movement of the stock? Because of the partnerships? Let's have a look. Well, as you can see, over the last month, it popped up. Over the last 3 months, it's really gone sideways. Nothing at all. Today, it's down slightly. Let's look at the year. 78% this year. So they've just taken some profits. Nothing wrong with that. Just because you are in the company, nothing wrong with that. Let's have a look at the price when it opened. 10. So this looks to me like was it a SPAC? Special Purpose Acquisition Company, probably, because it opened around 10. It's normally spot on with 10, but so I'm not 100% certain. It popped up, fell away. Okay. It's very hard to value this company because we don't know what it's going to sell their rides for, how much the taxi going to cost. Is there a need for it? Will anybody use it? We just do not know at this stage at the moment. Anyway, let's continue looking at our review. So we've got insiders selling at the moment, taking profits after it had a bit of a rally. Anyway, let's move on down. We do see, and like I said at the beginning of this video, because we've got lucid investors, gamblers, false information, and others I talked about, I said to you that the stock would be volatile and would have a short interest. Well, there it is, 18.87. So it does have a lot of short interest. Now, is it enough for a short squeeze to push the stock higher? Well, we need at least 20 and we need some good volume. Well, we're nearly 19 now, and in volume today is pretty high. So we're not there yet. Remember, GameStop squeezed at 100%. We're only at 18, but 20 is regarded as excessive. So right now we've got downward pressure on the stock, but nothing to pop it up. So it's not that much. So it's getting there. Volume is getting there, certainly, with a bit of interest. A few buyers drive it up. The shorters have to then make a decision what they're going to do. They're going to buy in or lose their money. But I still think it's a bit low for a short squeeze. But it could be something down the line. Anyway, let's have a quick look at this video here, and unless it's got some audio on it and music on it. It does have a bit of music. So we're not going to play the audio there because we don't want to copyright. It's just an advert for their craft. As you can see how it works. What do you think of this? It looks good. Is it worth a buy though? Would you want to invest in this company? It's very niche. I just don't know at this stage. I can't really make my mind up. Let's have a quick listen in if we can.
A multi-year study.
Unfortunately, we can't listen into this because there's music and it will copyright the video. But it's interesting. Let's go and look at this one. This was just a couple of months ago. Have we got anybody talking about the stock, or is it just music? No, it's going to be music again. All right. So we won't focus on that. What about the sentiment? over the last 90 days? Well, sentiment of the stock is important, gives us a direction of what people are thinking and feeling about the stock. 80% positive news over the last 90 days. The last 30 days, it's increased. The negative news has shrunk again. And now the last 7 days, all positive, with some neutral news. And today, 50-50. So sentiment on the stock is good. So there's a potential here for a short squeeze. There's a potential. It's not there yet. Volume isn't there yet, but it's getting there. All right, let's have a look now. Because if you're going to invest, you've got to know, what about if I invested somewhere else? Well, we've got to compare to the S&P. Now, it's not a great comparison, of course, because the S&P it only goes back to publicly to 2021. But we can see here that if you invested $10,000 in the S&P in 21, you would have 13,000 now, 309 on the S&P. That's the red line. Joby Aviation, your $10,000 would have gone down to 5,753, as you can see in the blue line. So, and this is reinvesting dividends as well, before you ask. So there you go. You can see over that short period of time, then you wouldn't have done so well. So let me wrap up this review and make a decision. Do I like Joby Aviation? Well, I think you've got to do a comparison between the balance sheet and the numbers to Archer Aviation. I can give you the link for all of the links and of this down here in the description and above my head. I've got the full review of my of all my stocks, and Archer Aviation is in there. You might want to compare the two and have a look and see which one presents the best value, if you can value a company pre-sales. But you can look at the balance sheet. Their balance sheet for Joby is fantastic. They've got loads of cash. They don't have any debt. They're looking in a good position. Solvency score is great. It all comes down to execution and whether you feel people are going to buy this and how much money they're going to make. We just don't know at this stage. It's speculative at best, but looks successful. It's getting off the ground. The stock is down. Maybe it's worth it. It's whether you think it's a viable business or not. Anyway, all the links are above my head and down in the description. Also, if you want to have a chance to win our $100 cash giveaway and some merchandise, it's completely free. We're giving you opportunity to enter a competition. Links are above my head and down in the description for that as well. Over here, you'll see the full review of my Alpha Spread reviews. And down here, you'll see Meet the CEO, when I interview the CEOs of the companies, the full playlist for that. So there you go. There is Joby Aviation. Go and check out the competition with my links. If you want a copy of Alpha Spread, you can get it. All my members can get a free copy, or if you're one of my members and use my referral, you'll get a 10% discount, which basically makes my membership for free if you want to do that. Again, links are above my head down below, and over here, the two videos, the playlist you might want to go and check out. There you go. You can get yourself a review if you're one of my members, free of charge. It's just something I do for my members, one of the perks. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, Joby Aviation. Now then, Antonio de la Cruz, are you here? Antonio de la Cruz is not here. Is G. Corey here? G. Corey, are you here? No. Init? Inticab? Yes, Inticab. I am doing your review in a minute, so are you here? Are you here? I'm doing your review in a minute. Patrick G as well. Patrick G. No, he's not here. Inticab, yes, I'm doing your review as well. We're doing back-to-back reviews this morning. Then they will go out as their own videos later on. Okay. Let's see. Is Brian here this morning? Brian. Is Brian here? No. If one of our members is from Wales, let me know. I can add your flag to the flag list as well. So if you are from Wales, let me know, and I will add your flag. Who else have I got to do? Lance Strength. Lance Strength, are you here, Lance? I think I saw you. Lance Strength, are you here? Are you here? Sidda Space. I'm from North Wales, mate. Ian Jackson. Ian Jackson. Okay, Ian Jackson. We can add Wales. We can add Wales to the list. Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's add Wales. Here we go. There we go. Okay. I wish I knew why it moved every time I said it. Anyway, doesn't matter. There we go. So Wales. I'm just going to drop that down slightly. There we go. So we've now got, how many countries now? How many countries have we got now? 52 countries. There we go. Added Wales. God's country. There you go. If you look out for the flag, you will see your flag. As good volume might be right. Sidhu, John Granfor. Yes, Lance Strength is here. Lance Strength is here. So, Lance, I've got something for you. Lance Strength. Lance Strength. Fisker. Right. Here is your Fisker review. I did your review for you. There it is. I did this for you last night. It's just gone out. There is your Fisker review. A brand new review for you. Share. Copy. Lance Strength, here is your review. Lance Strength, here is your review. As I say, if you want to do, you don't have to, but if you want to promote the video and do a super thanks underneath the video, it will, if YouTube get people to like and comment and do super thanks, they promote the video, obviously, because people obviously like the video and they've tipped the video. But there is your video. It came out last night, and there it is. Now, race, this wasn't for Martini Racer, but Martini Racer, you are featured in this one. So you can check that out. We've got Martini Racer in this video. Okay. Now then. Lance Strength, excellent. Okay, so there is your video. I'll take you off the list now. You've been done. Pat M, are you here? R3A, Michelle, and Brian Bynum. Okay, we've just done one for Antonio de la Cruz. I've also done his Archer Aviation. G. Corey is next for Petrobras. Once we get into the Belf, after 15 minutes, we'll do that as well. Martyn, can you say added Wales? Martyn, can you say it in Welsh? Let's have a look. Hello? Unfortunately, it doesn't speak in... Whoops. No. It doesn't speak it in Welsh. It writes it in the text, but it doesn't speak it out. So sorry about that. No, it doesn't. That's a shame. I was hoping it would, but no, it doesn't speak it in Welsh. Sadly, we don't have any English to Welsh. I apologise for that, unfortunately. Cymru is Wales in Welsh. Yes, I know that. But I was hoping I could do a translation with my software, but unfortunately I can't. All right. Portfolio is starting to come up now. Did everybody get fearful this morning and sell out? Aha, thanks, Martin. You're very, very welcome, Martini Racer. I'll give you the link to it. There is the link. This is our Ferrari one. This was done for Brian. Thank you, Ian. That's awesome. Yes, would love to know. Love to hear you speak some Welsh, by the way. All right, there you go. Okay. So there is your video. Stock is coming up slightly. Let's look at our overall. Yeah, looking good. We're doing well. We had a green day yesterday. We'll be green again today. So there we go. Starting to come up now. Now, Sidhu Space. Sidhu Space. We're looking at this one. Are we going to get a bounce on it? Let's have a little look. When the market opens, it's up 11% this morning. I am not buying it. I have to be honest. I would buy it at 4, but not at 7. To me, that's a bit too much like gambling for me at the moment. There's no real value here. We can't value the company. So if we can't value the company, what are we doing taking risks like that? All right, we're coming up to a minute to go before the bell. Tap the like button. Get involved. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. 1 minute to go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Blackberry and EBD analyst, please. Ramesh. Blackberry and okay. I will add that to the list in a few moments. It will go to the bottom of the list. Blackberry and EDBL. Yes, you are a member. You can order a review. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Where are we going? Let's have a look. What's moving right now? Sidhu Space. Let's have a look. What did it do? I'm not buying it. Where's it going to go? Nobody knows. It's the merry-go-round of craziness. And here we go. Let's look at our portfolio. What's dropping right now? We're getting a bit of a drop. Virgin Galactic is still going down. Crypto killing me today, MSK. Palantir, down. Gold, down. S&P, down. Down 1% now. It's not worth me buying it yet. Amazon, trying to come back up. Apple, trying to come back up. It's going to reverse very, very quickly. Next Era Energy, going down. Enphase, selling off. Look at all this. This is why I trim back, remember? It's going to go down before it really takes off. Coca-Cola defensives going up. J&J, there you go. $200 stock. Hey, I'm up 4% now on J&J. It's 24% of my portfolio. And we're up again today. Very, very good indeed. If it wasn't for that, which is why I have it, J&J and Coca-Cola, then exactly what would happen? You'd get very close to margin call. That's the point of having defensive stocks with high risk positions. These stocks were undervalued and oversold, and I bought them at the bottom, and now look, and they are huge positions in my portfolio. $25,000 of J&J. Look at that. We've made for the first time 4%. We're making $1,000. Look at that. For the very first time, 25% of my portfolio. That could swing very quickly and become 30% very easily because it's a $200 stock. If it wasn't for that, my portfolio would be in a right state today. Coca-Cola, Kenvue going down, Chevron going down. But that's okay now. We got the bottom of it. Tesla going down today. Rivian just follows what Tesla does. It doesn't make any money. McDonald's going up. Google returning up again. Microsoft coming back. We should start to see our S&P move in a moment. Walmart doing really well, 4.45. I bought the bottom of that as well. Very, very nice indeed. A rubbish dividend, but good growth because it was oversold when about a week after its earnings. Tilray, rubbish, got no direction at all. It's up and down like a yo-yo. Robinhood coming straight back. IonQ too expensive. Rocket Lab, if it goes to 474, I'll buy it. Basically, I'll buy it all over again. Procter, Rumble, Funware, FFIE, lottery ticket, Rio Tinto, Bitcoin down nearly 7% now. No surprise there. We saw a massive surge before the ETF is approved. Now people are being a bit worried before it comes out. They're dumping it to buy it back. That's all it is. Anyway, so much for those who say never sell your Bitcoin. All right, Mr. Sailor. Anyway, going down today, 3%. It's quite a drop, but remember, it's exaggerated. Not worried about it at all. Palantir, gold, the S&P down 1.14. It's not really worth me buying any more. I'm fully invested on my Roth. I can't add any more cash to it. I could sell something and then do some trading, but 1% isn't a big enough drop. I will double my position on S&P if we go down 2%, 3%. That's what I will do. Until then, not bothered. Amazon doing well. Apple coming straight back. NEE, we'll see. We're bound to see the S&P go up shortly, aren't we? Because of this. Enphase, Coca-Cola, J&J. So what has happened today to Sidhu Space? Nothing. I didn't touch it. I said don't touch it, and it hasn't gone anywhere. I feel it's just stuck there now. I don't see it popping now. I would see it going down, but I'll buy it at 4. Just a gamble at this stage. The overall portfolio down only 4% now. Hell of a drop. My God. We're getting hell of a drop this morning. Am I concerned? Nope. Got a long way before margin. I've got defensives holding me up. No problem at all. The overall position now is 73,000. So we're dropping, but this presents opportunity in a moment. I can go through this absolutely fine. Virgin Galactic, I've still got 44% in it. I'm not selling it or buying any more. Palantir, it's not cheap enough yet. Gold, I'm not buying it yet. It will go up 40% though next year, but I've just bought a gold mine. I don't need to buy this. I've got a gold mine. So that's good. The S&P still falling. It's down 0.5% today, or 0.43. It's not cheap enough to buy yet. Amazon, too expensive. Apple, too expensive. NEE, still falling down. Everything's starting to bounce back now, though. Starting to see my portfolio start to bounce back. Enphase coming back up. Nothing went low enough to buy. Nothing went high enough to sell. J&J doing well. Coca-Cola just trimming off a little bit now. Kenvue, Chevron, Tesla, Rivian, McDonald's. Yeah, Google, Microsoft, Walmart. Okay. We should be seeing a bounce in a few moments. We're just starting to see it now. To do halted up. Let's have a look. Some stock exchanges, not Robinhood. Yeah, but it is going up. Yep. I didn't buy it. It was at 774, 11%. So 11% profit there. Could have bought that. I'm not going to, though. For me, it's all out gambling. At this stage, I'd buy it at 4, but not at 8. That's too risky for me. But good luck to all of you who have done that. If you've just tuned in, click subscribe or ring the bell and tap the like button. It really, really helps. Let's see how many likes we've got on the show today. We've got 21. We've got only 50% of people are signed into Google. So we've got 90 in the show. So 45 would be the best we can hope for. Let me refresh it. And we've got 40. So we're just a little bit short. If everyone could smash the like button. Remember, if you don't like the content, please tap the down like button. I don't mind. We get 99.5% up like. It's because half of the people aren't signed into Google. I don't know why. Create an account. You don't have to be a YouTuber. Just create an account, be on YouTube. Then you can comment, you can be involved, you can chat, you can do all the great stuff. In fact, let me make it open to the public right now, because we have been members only, because we've been making reviews. Let me make it public. There you go. How many subscribers we got? What we got? 78,000 views. What's popular? Joby Aviation. Oh, that's today's show. I was thinking, I haven't done Joby review yet. Right, okay. I haven't put it out yet. All right, Virgin Galactic's popular. Subscribers, 13,435. Oops, Mr. Mini-Me's in the way. There we go. Did we get any more? 40 has now become 45. There we go, 50%. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Right, so Sidus is now up today. I'm not going to buy it. Resumption at 9. Ian Jackson, good information. Thank you for that. Cheers, Ian. Yes, very good information, that. So it's going to open back at 9. It's opening back at 9. That means it's a gap. It's opening at 9. We know that for a fact, do we? Because we're at 8:56 now. It's 9. Well, that's interesting. Hang on. I might jump in on that then. Hi, babe. Thank you. I've just put an order through. Just put an order through. I thought it would go through. Let's have a look what my order is. It's not gone through. I set it for 860 to see if it would go through, and it hasn't gone through. So even though it's showing 856, and it's not halted on, it's not going through. So there you go. That's interesting. It's a 10-minute halt. Not on Robinhood, though. Not on Robinhood. Look. Not Robinhood have temporarily halted. So it's available, but you can't buy it. I've tried to buy it for $8.60 because if we know it's at 9, then it should have gone through, but it hasn't gone through. So that's very interesting. So do space. Resumption is now 9:30. It won't let me buy it for $8.60. Look at that. That's interesting. I wonder what that means. Not seen that before. Let me see if I can do a market order. A market order. Number of shares. Buy. Let me see what happens if I try to buy one. Placed. Ha! See, you can't even buy it if you just want to buy it for any price. That's interesting. So even though you can only do market order in a halted stock, yeah, it's not allowing it though. It's not allowing it, so I can't get in anyway at all. Some stock exchanges, not Robinhood, have temporarily halted, so I can't buy it. It won't let me buy. It's only allowing a limit order. It's not allowing a market order. That's a limit order. Just checking. Buy in dollars. Oh, a market order. Okay, so let's say I want to buy. Oh, hang on. Let's not do that much. Let's not do that much. Let's do $9 worth. See what that would be. I'm just doing some little tests here. Okay, I got it at $9. So there you go. Oh, hang on. No, what did I get it for? Okay, so you can do a market order if you just throw money. If you just throw money at it. Oh no, that's placed as well. So even if you do even if you do a market order, you're still just getting you're still just getting you're still not able to buy it. Essentially, you can't buy it because if we know it's going to go to over $9, it would make absolutely sense. But no, so it's not letting me. So I think it's sensible to cancel those orders. All right, I don't care what it does. Whoops a daisy. Let me cancel those orders quick. We don't know where it's going after that. Cancel that one. There it goes. It's flying now. Bloody hell. Oh, here it goes again. Cancel order. I don't want to be doing this now. Thank you very much. Not playing silly buggers. Cancel order. Couldn't get in it. All right. Not going to buy it now. Too high. There's no value here yet. Halted again. Be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. This could drop like a stone. Well, up nearly 50% since last night. It's great to see it. It's fun to watch, but you gotta be so careful. Oh my gosh. Anyway, where are we now? Let's have a look. I just cancelled all my orders because it wouldn't let me go through. Even at market orders, it wouldn't let me buy it for that. You can't buy it for less than it's currently selling for, no matter how clever you think you are. It wouldn't let me do it. Anyway, I'm currently out of that. You boys that got in are in for a ride. Let's have a look. You can buy at resumption. Sidu volume at 902. Paul Knowles, thank you. Resumption is at 9:20 seconds. Same thing that happened to me when it was going up and I couldn't get in. That's right. Yeah. Be very careful because then it will drop like a stone. Last volume, that high took to 15. Could be an early X max on 20. A lot of you are going to make a lot of money right now. Morning all, halted again. You boys that got in are in for a ride. Wow, up nearly 50%. Suspended again. I sold at 9.50. Congratulations, took some money. Derek, congratulations to you, but gutted as half my position at 7. Deep breaths. Not gonna gamble. 8.50 in 10 minutes, and he's putting orders. Resumption now at 10:38. It's like a roller coaster that keeps breaking down. Yeah, be very, 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 very careful, because if it's halted and you can't get out, and then suddenly it drops to $4, you've lost all your money. It's a very, very dangerous game to play. Why doesn't space do this? We don't want space to do this. Who wants space to do this? No, we want space to go up sensibly. We don't want space to go up and then back down to zero again. No, we don't. Because you got to be able to sell it. All right? We don't want this crazy stuff. We're not interested in it. It's bonkers. We don't want crazy stuff like this. This is not what we want. I'm glad it's entertaining and everyone's enjoying themselves, but really, it's not what we want. Sidhu is far from finished, says Martini Racer. Say stop loss and you'll be fine. No, stop losses. Well, remember, in a high volume position like this, when it gets halted, stop loss doesn't guarantee anything. Just to go up, I'd be happy. Chris Pickering, yes, I get it. You just want to see it go up. No, I'm fully with you. I understand what you're saying. But anyway, Sidda Space. We'll watch it for a minute and we'll do our next review. So is Antonio de la Cruz here in the show? Antonio de la Cruz? No. Is G. Corey here in the show? Inticab, we already checked. Brian, are you here this morning? Brian Bynum, are you here? Pat M, are you here? No, don't think so. Okay. A trading stop loss. A trading stop loss, again, same thing. It doesn't guarantee it. There are brokerages that will offer you insurance for that. So be very, very careful if you think that you're going to guarantee to make money. It's not a guarantee. Just making clear to everybody. I missed out when this first broke out to 15. Halt stopped me selling, so doubled up when it came back to 8. Then I got out again at 15, back in at 7. All my gains from 23 are slowly going back down. Will this downtrend continue? No, it won't. No, it won't. It's capitulation now. It's getting everyone who's in retail to sell off and get fearful before the big boys buy it all back up again. So be very, very careful if you're selling now and getting fearful. I'm in margin and I'm not selling. Don't get all stressed out. Have a balanced portfolio. If you've got a balanced portfolio Even though my portfolio is going down the toilet, I'm not bothered. I'm down nearly 4%. It's going to come straight back up because institutions are going to buy back up Virgin Galactic in a minute and all the rest of it. So I'm not at all concerned. See how it's coming back up? It's coming back up just as fast as it went back down. All right. And the most important thing is to have the defensive stocks, J&J, for example, which is going to $200 plus dividends, and Coca-Cola, which is going to 80. This is what's driving my portfolio up. I don't care what Virgin Galactic does or Sidus Space does or any of this stuff. This is what holds my portfolio up. Look, 24.7% of my portfolio is J&J, so I can afford all this games and stuff. It doesn't bother me, right? Anyway, let me go back to Sidus Space. We might as well enjoy what's going on here. Anyone know when my next inflation report is from the USA? Next inflation report? Yes, I know exactly when it is. I know exactly when it is. We've got the job figures in 8 minutes. We've got the FOMC minutes this afternoon. It's only the minutes. It's not that important, really. Everyone gets excited about it. The next big news is on Friday. Non-farm payrolls, ISM numbers as well. Then we've got core inflation. Core inflation, January the 11th. Chris Pickering. Anyone know when the next inflation report is? What do you mean anyone? Just ask me. Chris Pickering. The answer is forecast 0.2. We're expecting inflation to come down to 0.2, and it was previous 0.3. That is on January the 11th. In 9 days' time. That's why everything is selling down now, because people are getting out to buy in. The institutions are going to buy the dip in a minute, and all of you that sold out are going to go, oh, now I'm chasing the stock back up again. Oh, I can't believe it. Right? Anyway, so that's your answer. Everyone making 50% a day, but here I am pleased to see Amazon up 0.6. Hey, Niels, because you're doing it right, okay? All of this Joby Sidus Space stuff is a bit crazy, right? It's based upon no valuation whatsoever at the moment, but no one cares. If they make money, they don't care, which is fair enough. You know, I'll join in, but I'm not chasing it now. Might move ISM might move the market today. Is that LSM or ISM, Chris? It's a 10-minute halt. Thank you, Ian Jackson. Keep the info coming, pal. Paul Knowles, there you go. Ian Jackson's got some information. Are you doing a video for Fed meeting? For the Fed meeting, you doing a video for the Fed? Is that meeting at 7? Are you talking about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's the FOMC minutes. No, there's no video for that. There's no real information. We'll cover it. We'll cover the minutes, but the minutes don't do much. Yes, all halts are 10 minutes, says Martyn Eraser, unless it's a halt from major news. Told you to wait and be patient and buy the S&P 500, but you just said had to rush into it and spend $8,000. Now you're down. Oh my God! In just the last. Ura Sky. It doesn't matter that I'm down 1%. It doesn't matter in the slightest at all. Do you think Warren Buffett cares when he wakes up one morning and he's found he's down $100 million? No, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. My overall portfolio is continually beating the market and continually beating Warren Buffett. I'm down today. I'm down on the S&P. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I will be able to double my position on the S&P in a couple of months when it's maybe 2% down and bring it down. It doesn't matter. I didn't buy the S&P for Apple and Amazon and God knows what else. I knew they were going down. They're too expensive. I bought it for the mid caps to balance my portfolio. 1% is not a concern to me at all. So, not bothered at all that the S&P has gone down. I couldn't care less. It doesn't matter to me because my J&J is up. It's going to $200. I'm up 3.5%. It's nearly 25% of my portfolio. My Coca-Cola I bought at the bottom. I'm now up 9%. I made over $1,000. I got $3,500 of dividends coming in, $3,500 worth of dividends coming in from all of my stocks. Am I bothered that the S&P is down? No, not at all. Not one jot. Anyway, I love how people who are not members of my show, who don't even watch my show, but they like to comment and go, I told you, I knew it was going down. It doesn't matter. It's a balanced portfolio. I can afford it to go down 5%. I'm really not bothered, and I would just double at 5%. So makes no difference to me at all. Anyway, I'm not looking at the minute by minute, day to day. Even though I'll scalp trade and day trade, whatever, I'm essentially a long-term investor. And as long as my portfolio is consistently up, I'm not bothered. Sidus now gone up again. Hey, this is great. Many of you are making some real money here. Fantastic. Good luck to all of you. This is great. 64%. Who's making money on this one today? January 11th will be big for space. Yes, Chris. You're right. That's exactly why it's gone down. They're just banking money till the inflation report. Exactly. It doesn't matter to me if the markets go down. My portfolio is strong and solid. I'm not bothered. To do resumption at 11. Oh my gosh, look at it now. It's 67%. Oh, one day out now. Congratulations to do resumption at 11. This is amazing. I mind your friend Jim Cramer last night on CNBC. There you go. There you go. My mate Jim Cramer, Tim Rogers, last night on CNBC said that J&J could reach $200. It's down because of litigation. The guy should be taken off TV. Jim Cramer literally craps on his viewers over and over again, and people come back because he shouts Boyer at the screen. I don't know how the hell he gets away with it. He told everyone to get out of it. I'm not in it. I'm getting out of the charitable trust. It's a load of nonsense. It's a load of rubbish, blah, 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 blah. He talked about litigation. Correct. And I've said that's why J&J is down. The difference is I tell you what I am doing with my real money because it's the truth. Jim Cramer says what he wants to say because he wants you to watch his TV show and get ratings. He doesn't care about what you get out of it at all. I think it's terrible information that he provides to people. Absolutely flipping disgusting. I just can't live. I can't watch him anymore. It's wrong. Terribly wrong. Anyway, so yes, he's right that it's because of litigation, but why did he dump it all? Why did he tell everybody it was rubbish? And now, hang on a minute, it's going to $200. I've already said it's going to $200. I bought the bottom. I know it's going to $200. I'm holding my position, and that is it. And I won't be telling everybody to dump it because some stupid rubbish. Anyway, I get so annoyed with people talking rubbish. So Tim Rogers, you're absolutely right. Jim Cramer is flipping idiot. Anyway, no, he's not. He's not an idiot. He just knows how to manipulate the audience. Anyway. Okay, Sid's Space now is at 11. Now it's starting to trim off. Don't jump in now. The Queen is celebrating 30 seconds. Wow, Sidhu, now at 12. So it's a sideways movement going to hold at this point. Nice one, Paul. I sold at 11.74. Same, sold at 12. Congratulations. The next halt 12.65, 7 to 12 for the day. Out now. Very good. Very good. Do you know how close I was? Well, you saw me trying to buy it. Do you know how much? Can anyone guess how much money I was putting in there when I was trying to do it? Does anyone have any idea how much I was trying to put in? Anyone? Can anyone guess how much money I was trying to put in then? and when it was down at 7. You remember when I was trying to buy it and it wouldn't let me in? Anybody idea? I didn't ask if you cared if you were down. The point is patience. We all told you it was going to go down big, and I said it was going to go down. This is no surprise to me, Sky. I said the S&P was going to go down. I've been saying for about a year that Apple is too expensive. Consistently, every day, up to 10 hours a day. You don't watch my show every day. 10 hours a day, I've been telling people Apple's too expensive. I sold it at the top. Amazon was too expensive. Google too expensive. I traded that as well. So I know that the S&P is going down. You're still missing the point. I don't buy stocks. I don't buy stock prices. I buy companies, I buy assets to balance my portfolio, to give me consistent growth, to beat Warren Buffett consistently, to beat the S&P consistently. It's about balance, tax harvesting, repositioning, overall balance of my portfolio. So I said many times the S&P will go down before it goes up. And I even gave you the number. I said it's got no more than 8 to 10% this year. So why would I buy it? I've used margin at 8%. Well, if you watch my show on January the 2nd, yesterday, you will know why I did it. Because I gained 3% back on my Roth IRA. I've balanced my Roth IRA out, so my Roth IRA can be a stable asset now to me. It's not going to be fluctuating too much with Virgin Galactic and so on and so forth. I'm now building into my long-term positions because I've done like 48% last year. So I'm not looking to make to keep achieving those sort of goals. Now I want to use the profits to start building up a stable portfolio. So for me, it doesn't matter that the S&P drops 1%. It really doesn't. I did it to get the 3% back, which essentially gave me 2/3 of one share for free of the S&P because I got a 3% match. It gives stability to my Roth. I'm going to receive the dividends, which will be invested in cash back into the Roth. So there's a lot more to it, and I'm perfectly happy. And I'm not surprised that the S&P went down. That doesn't matter. When I buy a company, I don't care what the price is. I buy the value of the asset and I'm looking at the overall business, or in this case, an ETF. It doesn't matter to me that it's gone down at all. Not in the slightest. Yet dangerous levels here. Siddur Space. Yep, it is. Short it now. Ian Jackson. Paul shorting it. Nah, small position now, 1150. Astra, AST, my picks so far, and some of these are Martyn's research and picks. Thanks. Have some fun. Bread. Another Siddur halt from Eric Trinkle. Halted downwards. Left 11 shares in at 1150. No more allowed trading on Siddur in Canada. No, Jonas was right. I was going to put $2,000 on. I would have made about, what would I have made here? Oh, I don't know. What would I have made? About $700? Boo. Yeah, about $2,000. You had an order ready to buy J&J for 25 and wanted to buy Siddur, right? You had an order ready to sell J&J for 25 grand. That was right. That's what I was going to do. Yeah, 10,000. No, it was 2,000. Just thought you said you'd like to buy at the bottom, my guy. I try to watch you when I can. Yeah, I mean, I do try to buy the bottom. However, the S&P is my $8,000 is my first position on the S&P. I intend to take the S&P to $40,000. So it's my first opening position. You know, when you said to me, I think you commented on YouTube and something you said about dollar cost average. Dollar cost average is oversimplified, right? people say, well, you've got 8,000, so buy 1,000 today and then 1,000 tomorrow and 1,000 the next day. No, if you know where a stock is going this year, I can buy 8,000 in one go. The point is, in 2 or 3 months' time, I will have another $8,000 and I will buy it again. I know I want to own the asset and I'm fine with that price because I know where it's going within 12 months and the balance of my portfolio. So, I'm absolutely fine with that. But, yeah. Anyway, I love all this backwards and forth, Ura Sky. Become a member, be part of the family, then we can really go to town on it. EcoStar, ticker Sats, merged with Dish. One of your members asked for a review yesterday. I hope that helps. Oh, hang on a minute. Yes, we're doing Dish today as well. EcoStar. Let me copy that information. That's good information. Just come in. I don't know if I can't use it though, I'm afraid, because you're not a member, so I can't verify it. I can only use information provided by my members. I appreciate the sentiment, but I can't use it unless you're a member because I can't verify it. All right. Portfolio's coming up quickly now without Sidus space. Who's in with Sidus now? It's really going. This is great. Now, somebody earlier asked for a review. Who was it? There it was, Blackberry. I need to write this down. I couldn't write it down because we were coming up to the bell. Okay, here we go. Let me write this down. For Ramesh wants Blackberry and yes, you're very welcome. EDBL. I do need the business, not just the ticker. So if you can give me, Ramesh, if you can give me the ticker as well, Blackberry and EDBL. Give me the business for EDBL. Live again. Fed release at 2 p.m. You're talking about the minutes. 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's right. Thanks for your response. I believe in you. You've been beating Warren Buffett consistently, and you're a very smart man. Ura Sky. Is that Uria? Uria, where are you from? Become a member. Become a member. We're going to go members only in a moment because we've got too many questions and we've got to do another review. We're doing 3 reviews today. All right. What's next? My 11 shares making me profit still. I love it. I'm really chuffed for everybody. My portfolio's coming back up again now. Looking very, very nice. Here we go. Virgin Galactic institutions are buying it back in again. And we've got the S&P down 1%. Amazon going up, Apple's too expensive. Next year energy coming straight back up. End phase trying to push up. Coca-Cola, J&J. J&J's going to $200. I can't tell you. Or Edible Garden. Thank you very much. Okay, Edible Garden. Ramesh, thank you. Right. Philip, a.k.a. Say Cheese. Cheese. I love it. Edible Garden. Thank you, Ramesh. Okay, when will the flight crew be announced? Richard Garcia, that's a very good question. I'll be watching it every day until we get it. Took my first... Oh, we know what the flight crew is. We know what the flight crew is. We've already announced it. But we just don't know who the mystery guest is. It could be... we're anticipating it's going to be Paris Hilton. Would you buy Virgin Galactic now? No, I wouldn't buy Virgin Galactic now because I'm all in. I'm not buying any more. But for no other reason than that. Took my position end phase at 125. Gets that was the dip I was waiting for. Would you buy Virgin Galactic now? No, because I'm already in at 150. I don't need to buy any more. Otherwise, my portfolio is in danger of being unbalanced, and we don't want unbalanced, do we? Okay. We're enjoying Sidus space. It's very exciting. I have to say it's nice. It's really great. I love the fact everyone's making money, but be very, very, very careful. I'll buy it at 4. That's it. All right. Okay. Now then, Antonio de la Cruz, are you here? No. Is G Corey, are you here? No. Inticab, you're here, aren't you? You're here, so we'll do yours first because you are equal with J Corey. Both did $7. Are you here? So we'll do your review next. Email. Why am I reading that out? Email. Brian. Is Brian here? No. Okay. What do I predict Virgin Galactic going up to? We're going to get a short squeeze. It's going to go to $10. Then we might have to trim back to 9. Well, not trim back to 9, dilute it to 9 to 8. But I don't think we're going to have to. We don't have to dilute. They've got enough money, but they might. They have that right to do that, but it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I'm holding it to $100. It's up 212%. Ian Jackson, Nexi. Okay. Time for our next review. Well, all the markets dump and everything crashes around our heads. The S&P now, 1.25. Okay, if we get to 2, I will start nibbling at it. But I'm really, really waiting for a much, much, much bigger dip. I'm happy to hold my $8,000 at this level, and if it dips to like 5, then I'll buy 8 again. I will double my position. Hood down 10% in 7 days. Is this a buying opportunity? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the reason for it is we're coming up to earnings season. We've got earnings in a few days' time. We're going to start to cover all the earnings, and you're going to see, I think, some like Apple miss on earnings because people aren't buying the phones the way they hoped they would because of the cost and inflation. But we're going to see, I think, Robinhood beat on earnings. It's a little early because they've just gone into the UK, but I think we're going to see them beat on earnings and then the stock will take off. That's my opinion. But there'll be opportunities to buy on the earnings, though. Okay. All right. Let's do our next review. So we're now going to do Intercab. Are you here? There we go. Zevra. Zevra Therapeutics. Always interesting to look at this type of company. Zevra. Alrighty then. We have a dividend. Oh, Jay Corey is here. Jay Corey, I'm doing your review in a moment. Jay Corey. In fact, it looks like I'll do yours first because Inticap is not here right now. So you are next, Jay Corey. So your review's coming up now. We'll switch across to that instead. Okay, and it's because you were top anyway. Oh, you're both here. You're both here. Okay, forget it. Forget what I just said. I'll do both. I'll do both at the same time. Don't worry about that. So we'll stick to this one. So you guys, we're going to do your review right now, Zevra, and then we're going to do Petrobras. Yes, and you can call me Inti. Inti. Thank you very much indeed, Inti. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Right. Have we got any dividend here? No. Easy to pronounce. Inti. Okay, I shall do that then. Fantastic. There goes Sidus. Oh, Okay, back test. ZVRA. Just setting it up for you. ZVRA. That's not showing here. Zevra. It's not showing as a back test. When's it been? How long has it been around for? Been around since 2015. Why is it not showing up? Congratulations, Paul Knowles. Zevra. Huh. Zevra Therapeutics. It's not showing as a back test. I don't know why that is. Okay, fair enough. Nothing we can do about that. Let's keep our eye on Sidus a moment. You've all had a lot of fun with that. I think it's great to watch. Okay, here we go. Now then, what's this company all about? Right. Always very risky when you're buying this type of company. Extremely risky. But we'll cover it. Sidus. It's going again. G-Corey. Now then, for those of you that missed my reviews last night, I just put out a review on Fisker. Some of you missed the review because it went out late in the evening. Fisker review and the race, the Ferrari review as well. 2 reviews have just gone out. Last night we did FSR and race, which is Ferrari. If you missed those, they're on the homepage of the channel. Today is a review day. We're trying to do as many reviews as possible. This is our second one. This is Zevra, and then we're going to do Petrobras Brasilio in a few moments as well. All right. Okay. Overall portfolio still dropping at the moment. 4%. We're holding though. Lovely, Paul. Look at Nexi. Great conversation in the chat. I love all the conversation. Fantastic. I'm loving it. Virgin Galactic is now finding some support at 225. Have we still got the uptrend? We do. It's actually it has broken. It's broken now, so we could see it go lower. But again, it doesn't concern me. I bought the bottom. I'm not bothered about it. But yes, it certainly has. We should get some support here soon. Palantir, gold, the S&P is down 1.31. I'm going to let it drop for a few more weeks. And if it does, that's fine. Apple's too expensive. It's all going to come back back on the earnings. That's exactly what's happening right now. Enphase is trimming back. That's why we reduced our position. We made good money on that. I'll buy it back around 100 if it goes that low again. Coca-Cola, J&J. This is brilliant. 25% now of my portfolio. It's firing away. Nearly 4% now. Just under $1,000. Fantastic. I'm so pleased I didn't listen to Jim Cramer. Anyway, I don't listen to any of that stuff anymore. Hi, everyone. Jojo S. How are you? All right. I was 7, I was 8, I was 9. So here we go. Sidder Space, it's given up everything again now. That time has come and gone. That was a bit of fun. Everybody enjoyed it. I hope you all made some money from it. We're not in it anymore. We're not in it at all today, actually. Didn't give us an opportunity to buy it. Tried to for a moment. Anyway. Here we go. Time for another stock review. This time, Zevra Therapeutics. We're going to look at the balance sheet, the profitability score. We're going to look at the website. We're going to look at some latest news with the company. We're also going to look at the solvency score, the profitability score, who's buying on the inside, who's selling on the inside, latest information, and the balance sheet, the profit, the loss, the margins, the whole works. This is a service I provide for my members, completely free of charge. I don't get paid or sponsored to do this. It's just what I do. And I use AlphaSpread, which is the most advanced algorithmic software, which all my members can get a copy of completely for free. And if you want the premium service, you can with a 10% discount, which basically makes my membership for free. If you want to do that, I'll give you all the links for that, and also a chance to win $100 in cash. Yep, $100 in cash. Watch to the end of the video, and there'll be a link for that as well. We're giving away. It's free to enter, free for all. We're giving away $100 in cash live on our show, plus some merchandise. All right, let's get straight into it and have a look at this one. So what is Zevra Therapeutics? You need to be fully aware straight off the bat. Anything with the name therapeutics at the end of it is extremely risky. Why? Because they are doing research and development in the medical world, and it's very expensive, and it's prone to failure very easily. A lot of trials and tribulations with these type of companies, and when they suddenly break and find a cure for cancer or whatever it might be, then boom, the stock can explode. But equally, it can crash if things don't work out. These are very risky stocks. I don't like the therapeutics field. I have to be honest, I prefer to buy an ETF, because if things don't work out and you might get all the way and then the final trial goes wrong and boom, the whole thing's over. So very risky, but can be very rewarding. I prefer an ETF of this kind of research and so on and so forth. I wouldn't be in one particular company. I don't like it. It's very risky indeed. I like J&J, even though it's not the same thing, but they make investments in these type of companies. So you're protected by the whole growth of the company while it sort of experiments and invests in much smaller companies like this, for example. I'm not saying J&J is in this one, but that's the way I get into this industry without one individual company. I buy J&J. That's the way I do it. Anyway, let's go into it now and have a deep dive into this company. What is it? Well, We can see it's $6.47 at the moment. It opened back here at 2015, listed at 2015 and at $3,000. Well, of course it didn't. What this is, in my opinion, they probably had, in fact, I know they have, I can see it from the numbers. They've had multiple reverse splits. What that means is the stock dropped in value so much to remain on the index, they had to do reverse splits. So I'm looking at this for the very first time. I've not got the history, but it's very obvious to me if I look at the market cap of the company, the size of the company, and all the rest of it, the fact it's losing money and the fact it's showing a share price of nearly $5,000 and doesn't make any sense. Of course, they've had maybe multiple reverse splits to stay in the index. That's not good. And very rarely ends well if that happens. It means their price drops so much to remain, on the index. They had to reverse split. So you've got the same value. You've not lost or gained, but you've got more shares for the same amount of money. It makes this whatever, but it just means they. Less shares, I beg your pardon, but they've just got, they've had to do that to remain on the index. Never a good sign. Anyway, we've been going sideways now for a while, around about the $5. You can see, look, $5.60, $5. It's pretty much like a flat line, right? Anyway, let's go into the information. What is Zevra Therapeutics? It's a clinical stage specialty pharmaceutical company. Again, I just talked about it. Research, clinical trials, all this stuff. It can be explosive, but incredibly expensive and incredibly risky. I don't like it. I prefer something like J&J, who would invest in these companies who know far more about medicine and this kind of industry than I'm ever going to know. So that's why I do it. Discovery and development of proprietary prodrugs. It focuses on the treatment of serious medical conditions such as attention deficit, attention, I have a bit of that, hyperactivity, I have that as well, disorder, pain, I have a bit of that, and other central nervous system disorders. I have all that. I should be buying into this through its platform technology known as Ligand Activated Therapy. The company was founded by Crystal M. Mickle and Travis C. Mickle on October the 30th, 2006, and is headquartered in Celebration, Florida. Okay. Right. 36 employees. These companies very often are quite small. A few scientists sat around in a white laboratory doing their exploration work and clinical trials and all the rest of it. Anyway, as you can see, if you bought this on margin, it's 100% margin maintenance. It's going to be risky and very volatile. It's not one for me. I would rather buy J&J or, as I say, or another company like that who invest in these, who know more than I do. Anyway, volume today, 60,000, average volume 473. Hardly any volume, very difficult to get in. Very difficult to get out. So no dividend. It's losing money. Negative 590. Very small company. As we can see, it's been missing on earnings apart from Q2 23. Virtually impossible for Wall Street, even though I always say they're rubbish, which they are, analyzing stocks. Virtually impossible to say where the stock is going until it has a breakthrough. It's virtually impossible. Anyway, they've been missing on earnings. They're losing money, increasingly losing money because they're spending. And until they get the big breakthrough or whatever it is they're trying to discover, they're not going to make any money, are they? Anyway, let's see who we are in bed with. Who buys this stock? SNDL. Not very good. Very volatile. Tilray Brands. Rubbish. Very volatile. Oxygen. I don't know a great deal about it. But you can see all penny stocks. These are the people that are buying this stock, which means the stock will be shorted, which means the stock will be volatile. People see it as an opportunity because it's cheap, or they think it's cheap. Now, remember, and I don't know, I've not seen the history of this until right now, probably this stock would be a 1 cent stock. right now. It's probably been reverse split, I would imagine, several times. It's 653. I don't know when it last happened, but anyway, we can see the sort of people that are investing in this straight away. This is absolutely 100% not for me. Absolutely would not do this. I would rather the scientists and the medical professors at J&J, for example, if they invested in this company because they like what they were doing, fine. That's why I invest in J&J. I've got the security of the whole company. I wouldn't buy this in a million years just by looking at this initial look and the industry. But that's not everything. We need to go further and deeper into this. So let's do it. All right, let's have a deeper look. So let's look at the website first of all. We can't compare to the S&P, unfortunately, because my backtest software doesn't even pick it up. It's that small. Anyway, let's have a look. A rare approach to therapeutics. A rare approach. Now, why is this a rare approach? What's special about this company? Who are we? Who we are? We are a nimble, rare disease therapeutics company comprised of expert scientists, patient advocates, development strategists, commercialization specialists, and business development gurus with a proven record of bringing new therapies to patients. Okay, well, not a proven record to be a business, but proven record to bring new therapies to patients, maybe. But I'm an investor. I'm looking to invest in a company to make a return. Can I make a return on this company? Well, let's have a deeper dive. Let's have a look. What we do, we overcome the challenges of traditional drug development by following the data and weaving a compelling regulatory narrative that puts unmet needs of patients front and center. It's all very good words, but what does it actually mean? Why we do it? Why do we do this? Well, I do it to make money. What do you do it for? We are zealous in our pursuit of developing and delivering therapies that address significant unmet needs because patients and their care partners don't have a moment to lose. Okay, good stuff. Let's look at how it addresses its investors. Zevra is a rare disease therapeutics company driven by science, data, and patient need to create transformation therapies for diseases with limited or no treatment options. Latest news with the company: Zevra Therapeutics announces resubmission of arimoclomol. I knew this would be a difficult one. Always is when it's therapeutics. Drug application to the US Food and Drug Administration, December 27th. Now, this is when you can get a pop in a stock. When a company like this submit a new drug, if it gets approved and it's passed all the trials, then the stock can explode. That's what you're waiting for. However, again, not for me at this stage. I would rather buy the company when it was making money and proved, then you can, okay, you're going to pay more for it, but now you know you've got a business, okay? You've now got a business. At this stage, it's speculative. Zevra Therapeutics, a rare disease therapeutics company, today announced it resubmitted its new drug application, NDA, for arimoclomol. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And investigational therapeutic candidate for the treatment of Niemann-Pick disease, type C, NPC, to the US Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Now, I'm not going to go deep into this because at the end of the day, this is very complex stuff. If they get the approval, of course, and everything's good, the stock price can go up. This was December the 27th. And let's have a look at the price since then. What's happened? So let's go back a month. We can see the stock has risen 32%. That's let's have a look. 7% this last week, but that was obviously preparing for that information. You can see it's gone up 32%. So should you be buying it now? Well, it depends if the FDA approve the drug. Over the last week, it's gone up. It's gone down today. So we shall see. Anyway, let's now go into the numbers. Is this business well-funded? Does it have huge debt? Is it likely to remain a business? Is it going to go bust? Well, let's have a look at the numbers and see if this company makes sense. All right, let's do that right now. Here we go. Intrinsic value, now the best case scenario, if everything goes swimmingly well, it's undervalued by 62%. 50% will come on to whether we have a value trap in a moment. Base case 50%, worst case 2%. Okay, so looks good so far from an intrinsic valuation. However, the intrinsic value estimate is unreliable because it is based only on multiples and doesn't use a DCF valuation. So it's unreliable. So other analysts who review stock like this will go, hey, it's great, because they're paid to say it's great. Like JD Power tells you what the best car to buy is, and they're just a marketing agency. All right. I have strict rules what I buy. I don't buy stuff that has a valuation trap, because there are many other companies I can buy that are actually undervalued for real. I don't take gambles on this. It's not the way I invest. I'm not a gambler. I'm a long-term investor. It's not one for me because it's missing information. And so what we're doing then is just guessing and hoping that this is going to pay off. So unless you're a scientist, and you know the drug is great, and you know the ins and outs of it, and you're talking to somebody at the factory that makes these new drugs, then unless you know that information, I wouldn't be buying it, because there's too much uncertainty around the company at this stage. Let me continue with the financials, the fundamental analysis now. 16 million in revenue, massively going up. Or projected to go up if things turn out right. Okay, well, we're up 0.2% on the most recent range. As you can see, it's very volatile. This is the reality. This is the expected. Now, that is what I call an S-curve. So, analysts are giving it a very, very steep S-curve, which is great. Wall Street obviously like it if things come off, okay? But we're not there yet, are we? The operating income, you see what I mean about it will spend and it make, and it will spend and it makes, because that's just the way this industry works. Very volatile until we get a breakthrough. We just don't know which direction it's going to go long term. Financials, operating income on the most recent range is down 26%. Net income is down 23%. Free cash flow is up 8% on the most recent range. Very nice indeed. Which is here. Free cash flow, September 23, just a couple of months ago, we were up 8%. Okay. Now then, let's look at the balance sheet. How much money have they got? You need a lot of money to be doing what they're doing. They've got 139 million in assets. The good news is they've got 83 million in cash. So they've got plenty of money to fund the business. So I'm hoping we're not going to see a huge amount of debt, so you can afford to be in the company. It's not going to go bust anytime soon. Well, let's find out if we go a little bit deeper into it. Assets, 139 million. Okay, 83 million of that is cash. 9.9 million is receivables. Okay, looking good. Liabilities, 71 million. Have we got long-term debt? Yes, we do. And half of our liabilities, more than half of our liabilities, is long-term debt. Thank you for all the subscribers that are tuning in today. 38.8. 38.8 long-term debt. Long-term debt. 54% of our liabilities is debt. Now then, long-term debt too. So far we've ascertained that it's a very risky sector. I prefer to buy an ETF or J&J who invest in these companies. We've also seen the stock pop and now sell off quite quickly recently. We've just looked at that a few moments ago with the news that there's an approval pending. If it happens, the stock can go up. If it fails, it goes straight back down again. It could last a while. We don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the ins and outs of the company. Can't possibly know. We know it's got a lot of debt. We know it's got plenty of cash. Can it pay off its debts? Well, long-term debt is 38 million, and in cash it has 83 million. So it's solvent. It's not going to go bust anytime soon, but we have no margins. You can see we're spending money, we're losing money. It's a long-term investment. It's very, very, very speculative at this point. Operating margins, we can see until everything gets approved and they're selling the drugs, they're going to be losing money. And here we go. No surprise, solvency is 26 out of 100, 26% solvent profitability, I beg your pardon. Positive 3-year growth is average, but everything else looks okay, but 26. Okay, well, that's expected. Solvency is right in the middle because we have debt, but we have cash. So we have some cash, a reasonable amount, but we also have a substantial amount of debt. This is very, very risky, but it's not going to go bust in the short term. Anyway, what about Wall Street? Well, again, you are really speculating here. If the FDA approval goes through, everything is great. And we'll look in a minute to see if insiders are buying the stock. That might tell you the direction of what we're likely to get. 269 upside, great. 191 upside, great. All these therapeutics are like this because if they get the FDA approval, they get a groundbreaking drug, then boom, this you can make a lot of money in this sector, or even 77% on the worst case scenario. All right, but that doesn't mean to say we should buy it. Now then, competition. Look at that. Look what I said. This is called experience. If you do it every day, you know these things, right? J&J, boom. There you go, right there. Now, this is the first time I'd looked at this, and they put that as its top competition. That is the reason not to buy it. Because we've got J&J, the competition. If there's anything good about this company, J&J will acquire it. If they're very small, they can buy it. They can support them easily, take over the company. I'd rather buy this. It's like saying I would rather, own the gold. I would rather own the gold mine, basically. That's what I'm saying. Own the gold mine rather than the gold, right? Own the gold mine that produces the gold. J&J is a direct competition. Okay? So, and I hadn't looked at that beforehand. This is the first time I'm looking at it in real time. So, that's good to see that. Anyway, now then, this is what's interesting. This is what we're getting down to. Insiders at Zevra Therapeutics in the last 12 months have bought $371,000 worth of in dollars worth of stock and have not sold any shares. The last transaction was September the 6th, which would just be about the time before they knew about the FDA, okay? We got the approval now, which has just come out. We're hearing about it now in December, but in September, insiders would have known they were going to, go to the FDA and so on and so forth. So they bought it. The good news is they've not sold. No one has sold. This is good news. However, as an investor, I like to buy in and do my research, which is why I'm doing this, before insiders buy and sell before insiders sell. They've been buying in consistently. So they obviously feel confident that this is going to work. However, if we look at the timeline when they bought in, that's why the stock went up. It's the same timeline. So insiders are buying before we announced the FDA resubmission. The stock has been rising because of insiders buying. Now the stock is dropping. And it's dropping today 4%. However, the overall market today is dropping. So that's just what happens. If the markets were up today, a general uptrend, maybe this wouldn't be down. This is always going to exaggerate always going to exaggerate the movement of the market. A company like this, Therapeutics, will double what the market does on the way up or double what it does on the way down. So the fact it's down today might just be the market generally today. Because if we look at it over the month, it's up 31%. Over the last 3 months, 39%, which if we look at that, and this is very, very important, guys, I can't emphasize it enough, this is the movement, this is at the same timeline as insiders are buying. So it probably wouldn't be down today if it wasn't for the overall markets being down. So, but perhaps, because insiders are buying, they feel confident with the FDA approval. It's gone up 39% because they've been buying it, not because of the good news yet. It's trimmed off today because of the overall markets. So maybe today is a buying opportunity because it's trimmed off because of the overall market. It's got insiders buying it because of the approval or the resubmission, but we haven't had the pop yet because it hasn't been approved yet. So we could get, if we've got 39% over the last 3 months on people buying in, and then we get approval, we potentially could get another 50% on top of that. So potentially there is a opportunity here. However, it's not for me because I don't gamble in this way. I prefer to buy J&J, which I know is going to $200, which could buy this company and maybe does invest in it. I don't know. Maybe it's one of their investments. So they'll benefit from it going up anyway. I don't know. I would have pretty much J&J own most of these things, invest in most of these things. So maybe they do. Anyway, they don't miss a trick like that. Anyway, let's have a look. Short interest, 4.7%. No short squeeze. Shorts because of the nature of the stock. That's what you get with a company that is had to reverse split and is in bed with the other stocks we talked about. So that's no surprise there. What about any latest news? There is no latest news. No one's reviewing it. So this video will probably rank #1 on YouTube and Google. No one's covering the news. There is no sentiment. I can't share it. There is nothing like that. So there we go. Let me give my final, and I can't even compare it to a back test to the S&P because it is so small. So let me give you my final thoughts on this stock. I was asked to review this by Inti. Asked me to review this, and I'll review it for any of my members. Can have a free review at any time. Just ask me, and I'll do it for you. It's a service I provide free of charge. Click above my head if you want the links for Alpha Spread, which is the software I use, which is the most honest, reliable, useful software. It's not sponsored, or I'm not sponsored or paid to give this information. I just provide it for free. They don't pay me anything to do this, but it's unbiased. It's just looking at the numbers. It's what I use to review all my stocks, consistently beat Warren Buffett, consistently beat the market, and it's a software I use. It's free. Click above my head, or if you are one of my members, and in the description of the video as well, if you use my link as a member, you'll get a 10% discount if you want the Pro plan, and basically the discount will make my membership for free, so you can do that as well. It's the best deal. No one, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, no one has a deal as good as me, and my review later on will be on this website. Will be the first review. They haven't got any reviews there. No one's looking at it right now. So it could be interesting to get in on this one. Anyway, so it's got some cash. It's got some debt, but it's manageable. The solvency score was 44 out of 100. It's okay. It's got insiders buying it. It's trimming off today, but that is probably just because of the markets are down today. High risk stock does this. It could be an opportunity. For me, it's not one for me. It's a watch, though. I'll be paying close attention to it. I'm not buying it. I'd rather it be, as I said, invest in J&J, which I know is going to $200, and it probably will be investing in this. So it's not a buy from me. But anyway, There you go. All the links for all my socials above and below in the description, and you can see what I'm doing and updates and so on and so forth. Over here, you'll see all my full alpha spread review. I've done nearly 40 stocks now, maybe more than that now, actually. And down here, you will see the playlist for the Meet the CEO. I invite the CEOs to come onto my show, respond to me, and have a conversation. You can go and see our playlist there of Meet the CEO. There we go. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Look above my head and down here, you can win yourself $100 in cash. Go to our cash giveaway, and you can win yourself some free money. Free to enter and free for all. Enjoy that. Just a little gift to all of you watching my show. All right. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. All right. There you go. Whew, blimey. Now then. Have we got in the show G. Corey. G. Corey, are you here? G. Corey, are you here? Nope. Is Brian here? Is Brian? Brian, are you here? Is Pat M here? Pat M, no. Okay. Thanks for that, Martin. You're very, very welcome, Paul Knowles. No problem at all. Back to my portfolio. Let's have a little look. What we're doing. Still falling, trying to come up. Down 4% today. Remember, my portfolio is exaggerated by about 1.5 times. Virgin Galactic, 225. Palantir, gold, the S&P, 1.35. No, not buying any more. It's not low enough. Amazon, Apple, still too dear. Next year, Energy, Enphase, Coke, J&J, there it goes. Ramesh. Ramesh says he's still here. Ramesh, your reviews at the bottom of the list. They're not being done today, unless you did a super chat, of course. They are at the bottom of the list at the moment. So nice to have you, Ramesh. G. Corey, I am here. Right, I'm doing your review now. Don't worry if you can't watch it now. It will be posted later as its own video, which you want to watch. Then you can share it out to people later on. So I'm going to do that one now. Coca-Cola and J&J doing very well now. Let's have a look. Fight Channel. Job openings hit their lowest level since March, coming in lower than Wall Street expected and reflecting a continued cooling. Good news. Good news. Good news. Good news. Jobs. Yep. 8.7. Jobless. Job openings, 8.7 million as opposed to 8.5. That's correct. Let me share. This is very good information. Yes, the jobs openings. You can see here, previously, job openings, 8.52. And now 8.79. Let me have a look. Manufacturing, 47.1, now 47.4. Cooling of the labour market is a good thing. Fantastic review. Thanks for the in-depth review. Now, Inti, I've made it during this broadcast, but make sure that you do watch it when it premieres, because when it premieres, it's its own video and people will watch it and see it, and that's what's important. All right? Let me do our last review and then we're going to end the show. We're doing 3 reviews today. It's a review day today. So, G. Corey, we're doing Petrobras now. Okay, let's have a look. Here we go. PBR. 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 2.5 hours. Okay. 2 hours 30. Excuse me, I got hair in my mouth for some reason. Okay, here we go. PBR. PBR. This is on the Brazilian index. Okay. Fantastic review. Thanks for the in-depth review. You're very welcome. How do I super chat? Can send me a link. How do you super chat? Lim Derek, that's very kind of you. Very kind. You are a member, so it's the same thing. If you are on the chat, oops. Why isn't that going up? Let me refresh that screen a minute. Don't know why I can't zoom in. What's going on here? I can't zoom in for some bizarre reason. Can you see the little money, the little dollar sign just there? I can't click on it for some reason. My system isn't working. But there's a little dollar sign here, and you can do it right there. I just can't zoom in. Underneath here, there's a little dollar sign. You can do super stickers, super thanks, super chats, all kind of things. Anyway, I'm sorry it just won't zoom in for some bizarre reason. Anyway. Joby Aviation, yes. And Jojo, it'll premiere this afternoon after the closing bell. So don't bother watching back. Well, you can. I'm not going to say don't watch the video, but the better service for you will be when the video comes out later. So Joby Aviation will come out later for you, Jojo S. So there you go. Logan Nash, you've got to be a member if you want me to do a review. I will do a full review, make a video on it, but you have to be a member. If you want to be a member of my channel, it's a member's service. I provide it as a perk to my members. And if you want to bump it to the top, you can with a super chat. Lim Derek. I saw it. Okay. Bloody hell, why is my... I'm getting stuff not work here. I have to have a reboot in a minute. Oh my gosh, I can't do all sorts of things. Okay, not quite sure what's going on. Brilliant, thank you. You're very, very welcome. All right. Okay, the next review. This is for G. Corey. Are we in members only mode right now? We should be, so only members can comment. Right, I need to go members only mode now. So if members want to comment on this, they can. Okay, there we go. Just testing something a minute. If you want the membership link, I don't know why it's not working. Oh, by the way, here is the Alpha Spread review link. I don't know if this is going to work. Seem to be having some... No, can't copy and paste. No idea why. Oh, well, never mind. Petrobras. Okay. Can you look into... yes. What is SGD? What currency is SGD? I've no idea what that is. That looks new. What's that? SGD. SGD. Currency. What's that? That's new. Singapore. Hey! Singapore. How cool is that? Yes, I can. That'll be done this afternoon now. Lim. Can you give me... Oh, Lillian. Oh, you got the whole thing there. Good. That'll be this afternoon. That'll go to the top. Okay. Okay. Let me just write that down. Lim Derek.
Can you look into Lilium NV, please?
Don't say oops. Doesn't matter at all. Whatever's best for you. It's not about what's best for me. It's about what's best for you. So it's about $6 that is. I've got to write that down in case somebody outbids you and goes higher up the list. That's what that's for. Okay. Don't apologize. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. It's about $5.50, $6, something like that. Anyway. Don't apologize. Not at all. It's whatever's best for you. Okay, here we go. So, PBR. PBR, do we get a dividend here? Whoa. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. So, back test. VU. We'll put $10,000 in there. PBR. $10,000 in there. Okay. That's that. And then we'll do a dividend payout as well. These reviews will be out later on our main show. Sorry, ignore me. I'm talking rubbish. They will be out later when we after the closing bell. All right. Here's our last one. Okay. Petrobras. Okay. Let's look at the investor information. Okay. Can I add this in English? It's in Brazilian. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. That's better. No, I don't want that. Just setting it all up. Just a few moments. Okay. I want to see the latest news. Investors press. Okay. January. Okay, this is good. I need most accurate information. Okay. All right. Okay, we're good. We should be good to go. How's the portfolio doing? Yeah, we're coming back up again now. What happened to Sidda's space? Yeah, 1146. Up and down like a yo-yo. I'm not touching it now. There's no valuation there. It's gambling. Be very, very careful. Can everyone, if you've not subscribed, make sure that you tap the subscribe button. Some of you have missed the bell, so let me just share with you what I mean. Click the subscribe button. You can go and unsubscribe and check. Make sure that you've got that you've clicked the bell. Set the bell to all. Otherwise, you will miss the notifications. You won't know when I have breaking news. Members will miss out on important information. Make sure that you've done that. Otherwise, you will miss out on very important information. All right. Okay. Set it to all, and then put your notifications on, and then you won't miss anything. All right. Okay. Here we go. Last review, and if you've not yet tapped the like button, that would be awesome if you could do that. All right. Let's have a quick look. How many subscribers have we gained today? We're up to 8,000 views. A lot of stuff going on the channel. 14,400. Whoa, that's nice. Another 7 this morning. That's good. I like it. Thank you very much indeed for your support to the channel. All right, now then, let's do our final review this morning. These will all be edited down. Is this one on the list in Discord? Is this one on the list in Discord? No, this just got added and someone did a super chat to put it up to the top. So this was added yesterday. This is why today's show, Loud Work, is all about reviews. I have done this morning, Joby Aviation. I've done Zevra, and now I'm doing Petrobras. And later on, I'll be doing LILM, Lilium NV for Lim Derek from Singapore. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, I was confused. Yes. If people ask them and then they request them and then do a super chat, it jumps to the top. So that's what we're doing here right now. Okay. Time for another stock review. This time we're looking at Petrobras. Interesting stock, this one. I'm going to give you a full breakdown of the stock, the balance sheet, the numbers, inside trading, who's buying, who's selling, the balance sheet, how much debt they've got. We're also going to look at the website. We're going to look at the latest news of what the CEO has just reported. We're going to look at this one for the dividend payouts. It promises a great dividend, but is it reliable? We're going to look at the back test, how it compares to the S&P 500, giving you the information that you can make an informed decision whether you should buy, sell the stock, hold the stock, what you should do. Remember, all my reviews are provided free of charge. No one sponsors me, pays me to do it. It's a free service. The reviews and the software I use is free. My members can gain it for free. It's a service I provide to my members as one of your perks. It's honest, it's real, using the most advanced algorithmic software. So other analysts are sponsored by the companies to report. I'm not, or paid by the companies to report. I'm not. Other analysts, the information is biased. It's all based upon AI information, numbers, business, no sentiment, just the facts to give you the best information whether you should buy it. In this video, I'm also going to give you the chance to win $100 in cash. You don't have to be a member. It's free to enter, free for all. We're giving away $100 and some merchandise. Make sure that you tap the like button. It will help promote this video and share it out to more people. And we're live up to 10 hours a day. My aim is to be the most honest, real live channel on YouTube TV. All right. With that said, this was asked to be done by a person called G. Corey has asked me to do this, one of my members. So let's get straight into it without further ado. If you want any of the links at all to any of my socials, if you want to follow me on X, know when I'm buying, when I'm selling, when I'm reviewing, when I'm doing anything at all, click above my head or down here. You'll find all the links above here and down here to win the money, to get the socials, the links to Alpha Spread, which is what I use, and everything else that you might need. Okay, let's go straight into the review and let's see what this company is. So what is it? Well, let's go straight into it. Sandis Rule. This is being made during a live video, so my members can comment and they can be part of the video if they want to ask a question or subscribe or do a super chat because they like the reviews or whatever it might be. So anything can happen during the making of this video. Anyway, what is Petrobras? Let's look at the chart here. It does very much look like an oil company, so I'll give you a little bit of a clue there, a gas company, because it's like Chevron or any of those. You buy when the price of oil is down, and then you trade on the way up, and that's how it works. I own some Chevron, so I'm getting used to that. Okay, so over the last well, the maximum period of time, we've seen a 160% rise. Over the last 5 years, we've seen a 24% rise. Again, you can see it's an oil company just by the way it trades from its line chart. Anyway, let's have a look. Petróleo Brasileiro SA engages, I didn't pronounce that right, I'm sure, engages in oil and gas exploration, production and distribution activities, operate through the following segments: exploration and production, refining, transportation, marketing, gas, power, corporate and other businesses. The exploration and production segment covers the activities of exploration, development and production of crude oil, natural gas, liquid and natural gas for the primary purpose of supplying its domestic refineries. The refining, transportation and marketing segment refers to refining, logistics, transport and trading of crude oil and oil products activity, as well as exports of ethanol. Okay, we won't go through that. I'll provide more links in a minute to the rest of the review, information you'll need below in the description of this video. Been around since 1953. It's a Brazilian company in Rio de Janeiro, wonderful country, Brazil. Of course, one of the best football teams in the world as well. Anyway, Jean-Paul Terrace Prates, I hope I pronounced that correctly, is the CEO. I invite the CEO onto my show, as I do like to meet the CEOs and get your response to my reviews. If you bought this with margin, it's 25%. It's regarded as low risk from the point of view of margin. If you were using borrowed money to buy it, it's going to be the lowest risk. 100% is the highest. Okay. It's a market cap of 105.67 billion. High today, 1644. 52-week high, 1655. 52-week low is 927. So we've got some volatility here, but it's in a tight range. It's typical of this industry. Price earnings ratio, 388. That sounds quite cheap for this sector. However, you need to compare that to the competition, and we'll show you what the competition is in a minute. But why you buy this one is for the earnings. The dividend, 17.51. Now, with a high dividend stock, you're not going to get massive growth. However, we've had some growth here, plus an exceptionally high dividend. Now then, that dividend only counts, though, if it always gets paid out and increases over time. This could be interesting for passive investment in your Roth IRA, not your brokerage account, Roth IRA or your ISA, where you can earn free, tax-free money. I wouldn't put the money straight back into the stock and buy on the high. I would have the dividend put in cash, wait for the dip, buy it on the dip, hold the cash or put into something else, or earn interest on your cash if you're not in margin. I'm in margin right now because I'm making more money on borrowing money than I am holding it at 5%. All right. So anyway, there's your dividend, but it only matters if it still makes sense overall with the stock trading. If the stock is going down or sideways, is the dividend beneficial? Well, it depends how often it pays it out. It also depends if it continually increases it or it drops it. We'll discover that in a few moments when we go further into the review. Anyway, let's carry on going. Now, Morningstar give reviews. I don't use these as any indication to buy the stock. They're biased. They're paid to say what people want them to say. I don't like it. It's not what I use. I do my own analysis, my own reviews. But this is what they're saying. 66% say buy. A hold is 26%. Sell 6.7. The bulls are saying the large downstream losses of the past will not be repeated thanks to price policy revisions by the government and divestment of refining capacity. Okay, the bears are saying the large shareholder payouts of the last 2 years will come to an end soon, and the new government directs Petrobras to curtail dividends and increase investment. The government directs Petrobras. That's the key sentence there. The government directs Petrobras. Is there some government intervention here? Straight away, that's not good for me because politics gets in the way of good business. Don't like it. Don't like anything where a government has control. Do they have control? I don't know, but that's what the bears are saying. The government will stop the high payouts. But again, we will look at the history in a few moments and see what we shall see. All right, the company makes money. You can see here. Now, you can see Wall Street are doing a pretty decent job overall with this one. This is much easier to value, of course, because we all can follow the price of oil. It's nothing too innovative about oil, of course, and crude oil and natural gas. It kind of been the same for many years. So Wall Street are a lot better at analyzing this. It doesn't require any foresight, imagination. We're not talking about rockets. We're not talking about space. We're not talking about anything like AI where they have no idea where it's going. We know where oil's going. We can monitor the price of oil all the time. So as you can see, its profits has been declining, but it gets Wall Street get the expectations about right on this one. So who else is buying the stock? It's important to note because it will give us a sentiment for the stock. Petrobras, Energy Transfer, I know nothing about this one. Vale, know nothing about it. In fact, none of those I know anything about. I've not reviewed any of those stocks, so I can't say. I've got no flipping idea. So I can't say what the stock is going to do because I don't have any experience of those, so I'm not going to say anything. All right, let me go over now to the website and let's have a look at the website. What are we doing over here? What is it all about? Petrobras. This is what it looks like. Not too much we want to look at on the website. We also, hang on a minute. We're also investing in offshore wind. Okay, we like that. Petrobras receives Brazil OTC award for innovative well technology. I'm not a fan of awards. I think they're all manipulated. I don't believe any of that stuff. I just look at the numbers. Petrobras will install 11 new platforms in the pre-salt layer by 2027. Okay, and Petrobras makes its first purchase of carbon credits. Okay. What about latest news around the stock from the website, from the investor's point of view? Petrobras signs a contract for the development and implementation of the innovative HISEP project in the Mero field. Okay, that's just come out a few days ago. All right. I don't know much about that right now, but that's just the headline, and hopefully we'll discover more information on that in a few moments. Okay. Let's now go and look at the numbers. And then we're also going to do a full back test as well. We're going to show you in a couple of moments who's buying on the inside, who's selling on the inside, their balance sheet, their debt position, and all the rest of it. All right, smash the like button if you've not yet subscribed. Please do. Stick to the end of the video and you'll get a chance to win $100 in cash. All right, completely free. Now then, let's look at just briefly, and we'll come back to it in a few moments, the back test, how it performs to the S&P, and also we're going to look at the dividend payouts. All of that is coming up after we go through the numbers. Okay, now here we go. First thing we want to look at is valuation. Best case scenario. We're not in a best case scenario. We have macro conditions. We have high inflation, even though it's peaking or has peaked. 45% upside. The base case, though, is more likely. Now, 15% is what I can get on the S&P 500 without any real major issues with one particular sector. So it's undervalued, but not by a huge amount. Worst case scenario, it's overvalued by 8%. All right, okay. Do we have any valuation traps here or any warnings? Possible value trap detected. A value trap occurs when a stock appears inexpensive based on fundamental analysis, but fails to reach its intrinsic value over time. So what this means is it says, hey, look, the stock is undervalued, but it's not actually reached that value over time. So it's always important to know that that alone is not an indication. That's where Morningstar are misleading you by going, oh, it's a buy and all the rest of it, when in fact it might not be a buy. Okay, that's why I do these reports, and it's why I base my investments on solid information rather than headline grabbing or paid analyst reviews. Okay, that's why we do things differently here. All right. On the latest Q3 earnings, this is what they said, and we've picked up the information said in their reports. Petrobras demonstrated remarkable resilience amidst market challenges, posting substantial growth with EBITDA of exploration surging by 25% and gas and power by 49%. Despite external conditions affecting margins, investments increased significantly by 31% to 9.1. This is Brazilian dollars, of course, Brazilian currency, projecting an annual total exceeding 13 billion Brazilian. Okay. The company has managed its debt well, stabilizing it at 61 billion and continued a share buyback program. Important. Very important. Targeting the acquisition of up to 157 million preferred shares. Net income growth reflects solid performance, with Brazilian 65.5 billion returned to society in taxes and dividends this quarter. Promising ventures include exploration projects in Colombia and a focus on strengthening investments for shareholder value and future resilience. Okay, let's have a look at the numbers. Revenue, well, as we can see, this is typical oil, up and down, a little bit of a wave there. We've got a nice spike here through 21, 22. Now we're falling away again and expected revenue to fall away. Is this a time to buy? Well, we don't know yet. Revenue is falling. I like to buy at the bottom of a trend in this type of stock. So if this continues, I'd be looking to buy around about here, over here. So not yet. But we'll look at the debt position and everything else and the margins and so on and so forth in a few moments. Intrinsic value wasn't accurate, so we can't use that. And without that, there's no buy from me without that information. Operating income has dropped by 11% and expected to fall. Net income is dropped by 12% and expected to rise. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Expected to continue to fall. Okay, not good so far. Operating cash flow, minus 3%. That's going down. Capital expenditure is we're investing more again now. We just talked about it a moment ago. Buybacks to try to encourage investors to stay with them and so on and so forth. Anyway, free cash flow, negative 7%. That's going down as well. What about the balance sheet? What about the balance sheet? Right. 1 trillion in assets. What about how much cash do we have? Cash and short-term investments, 67.1 billion. That's where the money's coming from to buy back the stock. Hence, the stock is moving up at the moment. So let's have a look. And we can see it's gone up 1.82 this week, 10% this month, but the whole market has moved up 13% over the last 3 months, 1.98 year to date. Obviously, we just started the year, 68% this year. And if the dividends are paying out at that rate with this growth, it's an absolute blinder at the moment. But let's see if that continues. Anyway, let's carry on looking down into it. We've got plenty of cash. Nearly all our assets is cash. So we're making money. We don't know if we're making money yet. We'll look at that in a minute. We've got loads of cash. Liabilities out of 60% of our assets, if you like, 639. So our liabilities aren't too great. That's okay. Long-term debt is about a third of that. Thereabouts, about a third of our liabilities is long-term debt, but we're only about 60% of liability. So we're not, so the balance sheet is healthy. That's what I'm saying. We don't have more liabilities than assets. We don't have 80, 90% of our assets. We're okay. And a third of that is long-term debt. Exploration and current and major capital expenditure would be part of that. And if interest rates start coming down, of course, that's a major catalyst for the stock. So if we look at it, long-term debt is actually 39%. It's a lot, but it's not out of control. I think the company can afford it with the amount of cash they got on the books. So I'm expecting, and I haven't seen it yet, I see it with you live for the first time, I'm expecting to see their solvency very, very good. The business isn't going bust. For me so far, what's important is, are we going to continue getting these dividend payouts and the same growth? That's what we're looking at. Anyway, let's scroll down and look at the margins. Margins are 47%. Now, I don't know if that's good without comparing it to the competition. I'm going to give you a link in a minute where you can do your own research and compare in your own time to the competition and see what their margins are. Because if their margins are higher, then the company's under pressure from being squeezed and its moat can be reduced or what have you. Margins look great, 47%, but I don't know what they are compared to the competition. 47% gross margin, net margin 26%, operating margin 39%, and just slightly decreasing recently, but it's sort of holding where it was before. Okay, ROE 36%, ROA 14%, ROIC 16%, and ROCE 25%. All right, there you go. Solvency 59, not the best. Not even close to being the worst. This is good. The solvency is good. 59. It's because they have a certain amount of debt, but they have plenty of cash as well. So their solvency is pretty good. 59 is good. It's just about to turn green. It's not red. It's amber going into green. At 60%, we're starting to go into green. So looking good. They're not going bust. You can invest in it and not be concerned that the company is going bust. Short-term solvency is not good. In the short term, but it's got a cross against it. But that's why we're 59%. They are spending money. They are investing at the minute. The cash flow is going down and so on and so forth. But they've got plenty of cash. The debt will probably be reduced. They've talked about it in the last earnings. They're paying back debt. They're buying back stock. And with interest rates going down, potentially an upside to this stock at the moment. Profitability score, 74%. Sounds great, right? The margins are good. They're making money. Very, very good. All of these are ticks. Exceptional 3-year average, positive free cash flow, exceptional 3-year average, and positive operating income. Okay, all looking pretty good. Upside, 35%. Average 3%. See, from where it is right now, there's not that much upside. Wall Street's targets, even a downside. And the fact that we've had, that we don't have a full intrinsic value with a trap detected because of never quite reaching those numbers, I think from here, it can only go down. But I think we had a good rally, but I think we can go down from here. Anyway, let's move on down and look at the competition. Now, I'm a Chevron investor. I own Chevron. I think Chevron's a better value. That's why I own Chevron looking at this. But again, go and do your research. I'll give you the link at the end and you can compare the balance sheets, the fundamentals, others, and you can compare. I'll give you full access to all of these links and you can go and check it out. And you can decide which is the best value. If you're going to buy Petrobras, you could buy Exxon or Chevron. I've got Chevron or maybe Shell, and you could decide what's right for you. I am a Chevron investor. Okay, now then, shorts, nothing detectable on the short side of things. That's good. What about latest news? 2 weeks ago, let's have a look what they have to say over here on CNBC. I wouldn't play it if it was Jim Cramer, but let's see what they have to say about Petrobras.
Well, congrats to our longtime producer, Bree Doyle, who's moving on to exciting new pastures. So
let's have a little look.
Thank you for all your help, Bree. Petrobras, the largest position in the IDVO. Yeah.
Courtney. Dell,
Okay, not much information there. In fact, what I will do when I make the video, I will edit there because that wasn't very useful at all. So edit on news. Okay, I will take that out. There wasn't really anything there. 6 months ago is unreliable, so we can't use there. My review will be up the top here in a few days' time. In about 48 hours, you'll see it. Okay. Remember I said it's all downhill from here, in my opinion? We're now trimming off the top. I think it's now overbought, but then that's just my opinion. But that's what I think about it. I wouldn't be buying it here. Anyway, certainly not. Anyway, sentiment on the stock over the last 90 days. Let's have a look. The sentiment of the stock. The last 90 days, 64% good. Hardly any negative information, just 9%. Last 30 days, it's neutral news, 8% now negative. Last 7 days, there it goes. It's expanding now at 16%. And today, just good news. So sentiment of the stock is now turning more negative. I think it's had its little rally. I think it will sell off a little bit. But anyway, what's important is what we haven't touched yet. What's important is this dividend we're talking about, all right? Let's have a look at this. So we're going to go back now, start off with 2012. 2012. Now, we like to look at dividend kings like Coca-Cola, J&J, consistently increasing dividends, consistently paying out. It gives you more confidence to invest long-term in the stock. 2012, 12 cents, then 19 cents, then back at 12, then 48, then 2, then 2, then 5. So they're paying out, however, they are inconsistent. So you can't rely on this as an income. It's up, it's down, it's in, it's out. Now we're jumping up. We're paying out every time though. Now we've jumped to 29, 61, 76, but then we go back to 36, and then we're up to 117. So you can see what I'm saying. We're all over the place. Somebody liked that. Look, they thought, oh, I like that. 117, a good dividend payout there. But it's very inconsistent. So even though it's advertising on its portfolio that it's got this 17%, it's not always the case. 117 went down to 56, then 73, then 14. Then jumped to 129, 113, 16 in 22, 44, 61, 19, 2, 5. Now then, 119, 50, 26, 31, 14, 27. And now this is going forward what we're expecting later on. All right, February 24, we're expecting 17 cents. So you can see from the point of view of the dividend, it's up and down like a flipping yo-yo. So I don't like that. You don't know what you're going to get. It's paid out every time, which is good, but it's unreliable. 1 minute you're up, next minute you're down. This is why why I like Chevron. Very, very different structure. Good dividend, much more reliable. This is very, very up and down, all over the place. And now we're talking about government intervention to reduce that. I don't know much about that yet, but we just heard that little bit of information there earlier. Let's go and compare it now to the S&P over since 2011. If you bought $10,000 worth of the S&P, you've now got $48,000 measured in blue. If you bought $10,000 worth of Petrobras, you've now got $11,000, and that includes investing, reinvesting the dividends. So you're better off with the S&P. So it's quite clear to me to say that it's not a buy from me. It's not a buy from me because the dividend is unreliable. We've got this conversation about government intervention to try to reduce that. We've got, you can outperform it. You can outperform it by the S&P anyway, so you can make more money. Other oil companies will probably give you a better deal. So for me, it's not a buy. Let's go back now to my final thoughts on this one. Now, if you've watched to the end of the video, I did say I would give you a chance to win yourself $100 in cash, which I'm going to do right now. So, first of all, if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure that you've done that and smash the like button. But if you click above my head and down here in the links, you'll find the links to our competition. We're giving away $100 in cash. It's free to enter, free for all. We're just giving it away just because we like helping people, right? It's what we do. Also, you'll find the link to my Alpha Spread if you want to go to Alpha Spread and review the stock like I have just done using the most advanced algorithmic software you can. Also, you can do more research and you can look at the competition to see how it compares to the competition. It's not a buy for me overall for all the reasons I've given. Also, you'll find all the links to my socials and everything above here and down here where I post my information in the description and above my head on the little eye, the little eye if you click the information. You'll see my X account and my newsletter. I post information before I trade what I'm buying, what I'm selling before I do it, so you can get an informed decision of what the direction of the stock is. Over here, you'll see the full review. I've done nearly, I think, over now 40 different companies' reviews. They're all on Alpha Spread over here. And down here, you'll see my full list of my Meet the CEO series when I interview the CEOs from the company. All right, there you go. This was provided as a free service for one of my members. You too can have a review like this if you request it. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right. Okay, we're done. No more reviews today. These reviews will come out later. Sitter Space has carried on going. We're up 75% now. Opportunity again today. Looking good. Let me shut down all of this. Okay. Now then, for those of you who want the Alpha Spread link, let me give it to you. And right now, if you want to go there, you can. Here's the Alpha Spread link. You can get the software that I use for free. The best algorithmic software. It's unbiased and real. Or if you want, if you're one of my members, you can get a 10% discount, which makes my membership free. The pro version, if you want to review all the stocks and do all the stuff that I do. All right, there you go. Okay. Overall portfolio is down today. We're bouncing around. Let's have a look at what's going on. Virgin Galactic is down today 4%, waiting for its next breakout. Gold is down. The S&P is down. Amazon, too expensive. Apple, it's bringing all the other stocks down. That's all that's happening. We're preparing for the minutes and we're preparing for the earnings season. But Coke and J&J is holding my portfolio up and doing very well. There you go. We're over $1,000 now. There it is, $1,000, 4% now, plus the best dividends on the stock market. 24.87% of my overall portfolio. Fantastic. Kenvue, Chevron. There you go. Chevron up now. Be starting to sell that soon. Tesla, Rivian, McDonald's, Google, Microsoft, Walmart. Okay. It's time for Day Trader of the Day. Are you ready? Time for Day Trader of the Day. So let's do Day Trader of the Day right now. And see who wins today. You ready? Okay. So I am down today, but this is a temporary thing. I expect to be green quite soon again. Not concerned at all. So I am down 3.69%. Let's do Day Trader of the Day. All these reviews will come out later as their own premieres. All right, so let's bring it on. Time to find out who wins today.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Let's put the scores on the doors. Down 3.69, down 0.9.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defense.
Down 4.1.
You've hit your fury and kept it in.
John Granfors up 31%. Well, we all know who's going to win. 0.08. Fantastic. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Up 33%. Paul Knowles goes into the lead. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to you. What a great day. That's it from me. I'll see you all back later. Let's roll the credits. So we've got Paul Knowles up 70% on Sidhu. Congratulations to you, still holding. Fantastic. Well done indeed. We're going to give the prize to the overall portfolio is Paul Knowles, who's up 33%. Let's give me a round of applause. Thank you for your honest trades. And well done indeed. Give him a big thumbs up. Absolutely great. Congratulations to you. My portfolio is coming up quickly now. No surprise, I should be green later on today. Not bothered at all. Let's get out of here. See you all back in a bit. Let's roll the credits. All right, here we go. Subscribers today: Nikos TS, James H, Taran Doobie S, Carlos Martinez, Sandis Rule. Super chats from Lynn Derrick. Thank you ever so much indeed for all my viewers today. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you back in a short while for the closing bell. There will be some premieres today. Premieres coming up today. Do join me for that. Up 25% in total. Fantastic. Have a great day all. 300 to 805 weeks. Up 33% today. Paul Knowles, congratulations to you. Absolutely fantastic. Good job, guys. Ed Spitzer. I'll see you all back in a bit. That's it from me. See you all back this afternoon for the closing bell. Look out for all the premieres. You don't want to miss them. And let's have another great day. Portfolio's rising. And I'll see you all back in a bit. Until then, as always, take care of your money. Take care of your crypto. Take care of yourselves. And most importantly, as always, take care of each other. Lim Derrick, thank you ever so much. See you back very, very soon this afternoon. Until then, bye-bye for now.